place, Chicago White Sox.
Bail out. Well, that is another beautiful night for a ball game. Very dark, maybe a little bit browny sky, but blue directly overhead. It is 93 degrees here at the ballpark. Wind out of the southwest at 12 miles per hour, and that means it's blowing out. And so be alive, you people sitting in the bleachers tonight. For the California Angels, 64 wins, 76 losses. Gary Pettis will be in center field leading off. Rod Carew will be the designated hitter tonight, batting second. Mike Brown in left field, batting third. Doug DeCinces at third base, batting cleanup for the California Angels. Ron Jackson at first base, batting fifth. Bobby Clark in right field, batting in the sixth position, with Dick Schofield, a rookie, at shortstop tonight, batting seventh. Steve Lubradich at second base in the eighth spot. Mike O'Barry will do the catching and batting ninth. And the left-hander, Tommy John, 10 wins and 11 losses, will do the pitching. For the Chicago White Sox, 81 wins, 59 losses. It'll be Rudy Law in center field leading off. Rudy made a fantastic catch last night, diving catch, outrunning the ball practically. Batting second and doing the catching will be Carlton Fizz. Tom Pachorik at first base tonight, batting third. Greg Lazinski, the designated hitter, batting cleanup in the fourth position. Ron Kittle in left field, batting fifth. Harold Baines in right field, batting sixth, and Vance Law at third base, batting seventh. Scott Fletcher will be at shortstop, batting eighth. Julio Cruz at second base in the ninth position. Britt Burns will do the pitching, 8 wins and 9 losses. The umpires tonight behind home plate is Ken Kaiser. At first base, Larry Barnett. At second base, Rocky Rowe. At third base, Dale Ford. Ken Wilson will be back with the ball game in just a moment.
Over the years, you've built up a lot of equity in your home. Well, it's easy to cash in on that value with a home equity loan. Who do you turn to? Talk to the people with satisfied customers.
We got a home equity loan from General Finance. There weren't any hidden charges.
They gave us an okay Tuesday, and the loan was completed on Friday.
We used the money from General Finance to add a room onto our house. It's an investment, really. Now our place is worth more.
Interest rates at General Finance were lower than a lot of other credit charges.
Oh, yeah.
They suggested several payment plans, and we really appreciated that because it let us decide which one would be best for our budget.
Our General Finance guy was friendly and really knew what he was doing.
Yeah.
And besides, he looks just like that guy on my soap opera.
I didn't notice that.
To find out how you can borrow $5,000, $15,000, $20,000 or more with a home equity loan, stop by the General Finance Corporation office nearest you. We'd like you to be one of our satisfied customers.
If we ever borrow again, we'll go back to General Finance.
Call General Finance for a large home equity loan up to $50,000 or for a smaller consumer loan. See the white pages for the office nearest you.
Got a tight schedule in New York? Here's something you should know. American Airlines goes to New York's LaGuardia from O'Hare every hour on the hour like clockwork. From 7 a.m. to 8 p.m. every business day. With 12 nonstops in between. So you're never more than an hour away from an American flight. Whether it's the 9 a.m. or the 4 p.m. So fly American to LaGuardia and go every hour on the hour.
Now American gives you the first non-stop of the day to New York's LaGuardia at 6:15 a.m. Not to mention the most non-stops to LaGuardia every day. For reservations, call your travel agent or call American.
Hi, everybody, and welcome to the second game of this 4-game series as Britt Burns warms up on the mound getting ready to face the Angels here in inning number 1. Of course, Burns is early pointed out, trying to even his record at 9-9. He'll face Pettis, Carew, and Brown here in the first inning. As for the Sox, trying for their 11th straight victory here at home. A couple of big, important high water marks, 14.5 game lead over second place Kansas City. Certainly an incredible lead and by far the most unimaginable lead for the White Sox, but they are making believers of everybody. It's their biggest lead of the year. And now the Sox 22 games over 500 at 81-59, trying for their 82nd victory of the year, which would tie them for most wins in the big leagues with the Baltimore Orioles. Burns completing his warm-up pitches, coming off a loss in his last start last Sunday at Boston. And Gus, you really pointed it out well, I think. The difference in styles between these two players. Burns especially throws hard, takes time, and Tommy John, boy, he'll almost quick pitch you, and he has to be very fine with his control. He is the kind of pitcher that I like to say you're a lot of times better off you keep your bat in your shoulder because he might not throw you any strikes.
Ken, I think you're right, and I do believe that Tommy John sometimes is in his windup when the catcher's giving the sign, and neither one of them is quite sure what's coming except it's going to be slow.
And it's apt to sink, and they hope it'll produce a ground ball. Well, Tommy Pechoric comes out to the mound to visit with Britt Burns as young Gary Pettis, a speedster, appearing in his second game this year with the Angels, gets ready to step in. Pettis played last night, went 0 for 3. Pechoric goes back to his position at first. He'll face Pettis by playing even with a bag wide of the line. Vance Law is in tight at third. Pettis, tall and slender. He can fly, a right-handed hitter. So Burns is ready to go. He winds, and the first pitch, a fastball slapped off the facade of the second deck down the right field line. A strike, and we're underway. 93 degrees at game time. A rather strong wind, as Early pointed out, coming over the grandstand from back of home plate. So anything that gets up is going to be pushed a few extra feet. Burns back in, the 1-strike delivery, and it brushes Pettis back. 1-1. Rod Carew is on deck.
There's a correction on the lineup sheet on the Angels line.
Here's Burns' 1-1 offering. It's a fastball high and away, 2-1. Here's the 2-1 from Burns to Pettis. Strike called, a fastball over the outside corner. And that evens it at 2-2, and it allows Pechoric at first, Vance Law at third to move back. The outfield, not all that deep, shading just a bit to right on the rookie. 25 years of age, Gary Pettis looking at the 2-2 pitch. It's a curve. He blasted on the ground to short. Up with it, Fletcher, the throw in time. 1 up, 1 down. Rod Carew, the designated hitter tonight, with Ron Jackson playing first base, steps in. Rodney, second in the league in hitting at .353. And his bat is as warm as the night air. He has 11 hits for 24 at-bats in his last half dozen games. A 6-game hitting streak. Carew with that knack to get on takes low for Britt Burns, ball 1. Burns his 22nd start. He has 4 complete games, and he offers to Rod, and this one is low, 2-0. Vance Law, because Carew is maybe as good a bunter as there is in the game today, is in on the grass at third, and Pechoric is quite a bit shortened up at first. There's one down the pipe, 2-1.
Ken, you wouldn't think that Rod Carew would bunt and do the same way he has always done, because he practically gives himself up like a sacrifice bunt when he's going to bunt, and he still beats the ball out. He just makes a better bunt than anybody else.
Such tremendous bat control. He takes one that sinks low, and Carew has Britt Burns right where he wants him, 3-1. The outfield, rather shallow, they shade to left. Kittle in left, Rudy Law in center, Baines in right. And here comes the pitch. Burns to Carew, strike. A great fastball on the outside corner. The infield, Vance Law, Fletcher, Cruz, and Pechoric. Burns and Fisk the battery. Pettis is grounded out, and Carew up there with a full count. Rob, that open stance is ready, and here it comes. He cuts, loops a liner to left, coming in. Kittle, he's there, and he makes the catch. 2 away. As Carew will do so often, he goes the opposite way. With Pettis and Carew behind him, Burns will face Mike Brown, another youngster. He's been in 15 games this year with the Angels, hit .204, 2 homers, 7 RBIs. In his 4th pro season, Brown, a right-handed hitter, and one of 3 Browns on John McNamara's club. Kurt Brown and Steve Brown, the other 2, and their pitchers. Defense is straight away on Mike. Brown cuts, rips a liner to right, coming in, over to the line. Baines there to haul it in. And Burns a strong 1-2-3 first inning against the Angels. And after half a frame, the Angels nothing. The White Sox coming up.
Nothing says summer quicker than a great backyard barbecue, especially when you start things off with ice-cold Budweiser. Now you're cooking.
This works for you. There's no one else who does it quite the way you do. So here's to you. You know it isn't only what you say, it's what you do. It's Bud's for you.
When the coals are hot and the grill's ready for action, that's when you'll want plenty of ice-cold Bud on hand. So turn down the heat this summer with that distinctively clean, crisp taste that says Budweiser.
This Bud's for you. For all you do. The king of beers is coming through.
Bud Burgers and Dogs coming right up. Yeah, here's to you.
For all you do.
This Bud's for you. Anheuser-Busch, St. Louis, Missouri.
Now you can cure your house of the blahs without hurting your budget. Just give it a fresh coat of color with True Test paints from True Value Hardware Stores. Hi, Pat Summerall to say during fall paint savings time, you can get Woodsman Exterior Solid Color Latex Stain for just $9.98 a gallon. It coats wood with an opaque finish that lets the natural texture show through. That makes Woodsman Solid Color Stain ideal for rough-cut lumber, plywood, and more. But hurry. Fall paint savings prices expire September the 11th at participating True Value Hardware Stores and home centers.
Ken Wilson with early win at Comiskey Park. Tommy John has just made his way to the hill to begin his warm-up pitches with Michael Berry. In fact, Tommy John, the craftsman that he is, doing some gardening out on the hill, fixing up the area right in front of the slab and also the area on the down slope where his right foot falls on his windup. So he's completed one pitch. And Early, how in particular were you in your career with just how things were out there in your office on the mound?
Well, the only thing I didn't like, Ken, was to have the big holes where other guys had stepped in, so I developed my own place there. I got on top of the pitching rubber, locking the first cleat over the top. In those days, we used the iron cleat. And that way, I had the same footing all during the ball game. A lot of the times now, there's such a deep hole there. I've seen them as deep as 6 inches there, and maybe 7 or 8 inches out front where they step. Some guys would dig out a big hole, and that could be from getting another 6-inch drop. They got their curveball just a little bit better than they would if they were throwing on a flat surface. Now, in Washington, D.C., back in the old days, it was very tough to have a curveball because when they finally took a total of the pitching rubber, it was actually found to be 2 inches below home plate. So all pitchers were throwing uphill. Now, that was done for a purpose, Ken. That was done for the great Walter Johnson because he was a sidearm sinker ball pitcher, and it was tailor-made for Walter Johnson, never changed. The infield itself towards the outfield was a optical illusion. You know, I said a while ago that Tommy John might be able to throw 70 miles an hour until he was 90 years old because of the bionic arm. I forgot to figure out who was going to carry him out there. He got out so slow this time.
He is moving slowly, but now ready after his warm-up pitches. And then at the last minute, as Rudy Law steps in, John calls Doug DeCinces over, and they'll visit. So Rudy Law will lead it off, hitting .288, 3 homers, 28 RBIs. Our big payoff inning tonight will be the third when the Sox hit, so we hope we can give away some cash and maybe even a television set. That's the bottom of the third, our big payoff inning tonight. John doing some more work with his left foot on that area right in front of the pitching rubber. Rudy Law waiting patiently. Rudy 0 for 4 last night. He's not hit that well against California. Left-handed pitcher Tommy John bends one way outside, ball 1. And, of course, Rudy up there left-handed. Baines, another left-hander in the lineup, and that's it for Tony La Russa's club tonight. Just the 2 lefties against Tommy John, who dishes up the 1-0 pitch and buries it in the strike zone, 1-1. Jim Leland coaching at third. Davey Nelson coaching over at first. Rudy takes one, and it cuts off the outside corner. A strike call, 1-2. Rudy not very happy with the call by Ken Kaiser. And already Tommy John doing some nibbling. The pitch on the way, and it's a hard breaking ball outside, 2-2. Tommy John, 247 victories in his great career. A fastball chopped towards first base and right near the bag. Ron Jackson gloves it, steps on the pillow, and Rudy Law is gone. A big hopper to Papa Jack, and there's one out in the Sox first. That'll bring up Carlton Fisk, trying tonight to equal his team record 13-game winning streak, the longest of the season for a White Sox player. Budge had it back in July, and he has a 12-game streak going now. Fisk hitting .291, 24 homers, new club record for a catcher, 77 RBIs. John goes to work, and the fastball knee-high for a strike over the outside corner. John, both feet on the rubber, ready to go, and Fisk makes him wait. They play Fisk to pull. And he takes the breaking ball inside. 1-1.
Tommy John will try to make certain that the pitch he gets a hit, he'll pull. If he'll pull it foul, though, he won't give him that pitch out over the plate to hit. If he does, it will be a mistake.
Time call. Fisk steps out just as John is ready to go to work. What a battle this will become. Fisk, who is notoriously slow at getting things done, and John, who just likes to crank it up and deal. And he throws one in low, 2-1. Brown, Pettis, and Clark, the Angel outfield. DeCinces, Schofield, Labranich, and Ron Jackson, the infield. Here's the drive down the line. May go foul, but it's a fair ball off the facing of the second deck. As Fisk clubs the 2-1 pitch from John out of here. And the White Sox take a 1-0 lead.
Oh, did he ever clobber that one? I tell you, he got that one right on the screws, right down below the trademark there. And Fisk made sure he didn't pull it. He slowed down on his swing just a little bit. Tommy John might have got it just a little farther out than he intended to. But anyway, it hit the facade on the upper deck just about 2 feet from the fair pole, 341 foot to the base of it. And you know how high it is up to the top. And it was a line drive. I think that was his highest point when he got to the outfield bleachers.
It got out in a hurry, just barely fair. Home run 25 for Fisk, and Pashoric drives the next pitch to center deep. Pettis goes back, looks up, it's gone! Back-to-back home runs. First Fisk, then Pashoric. Deja vu from 24 hours ago, and this packed house is delirious.
Well, there's one just a little bit farther, but it was not hit any harder. And here comes a guy who can hit it harder than anybody, Greg Luzinski. That was home run number 8 for Tom Pashoric, his 53rd RBI, following Filson, 25th home run.
Last night, Baines and Luzinski. Tonight, Fisk and Pashoric on back-to-back pitches. This crowd is on its feet, and it doesn't want to sit down. First pitch from Tommy John, a curve, a knee-high strike to Greg Luzinski, 0-1.
I think they wanted Carlton Fisk and Tom Pashoric to come out, so they might as well wait and let all three of them come out at one time. Let the bull come with them.
The curve misses 1-1. Boy, home runs becoming such a story for the White Sox. Swing and a miss on a sinker. 1-2. Of course, Luzinski, Kittle, and Fisk now just one home run short of that three-man mark set in 77. Here's a long shot. Left center towards the Sox bullpen. It's unbelievable. Gone. 3 straight home runs. The Bull smashes his 29th. Oh, this club is unreal.
Don't ever argue with me. I told you they'd get them all three, get them 3 in a row, and to bring them all 3 out.
First Fisk, then Pashoric, and then a knee-high pitch to Luzinski to the right of the 401 marker, over the auxiliary fence, and into the White Sox bullpen. Another huge crowd here tonight, and they are getting all the first inning enjoyment they can stand. Here's Kittle. Change This is low and outside, ball one. Ron Kittle with a 9-game hitting streak, half dozen home runs in that streak. And, of course, he's second in the American League with 32. And there's a strike to even the count at 1-1.
Do you realize you could have 4 in a row here if this guy gets a hold of one? Each one farther than the other?
Here's a liner, one-hop glove by DeCince to his left. Sensational play, and he throws out Kittle. That's 2 outs. What a play by DeCince.
Well, DeCince just flagged that one and went by and just happened to hit in the pocket of the glove. Kittle hit a line shot down there, one hopper, and DeCince didn't have time to move out of his tracks, reached out, brought the glove from the dirt up, and caught the ball right in the pocket. A good play by Doug DeCince.
There's action in the Angel bullpen as Harold Baines takes in. He's hit .405 over the last 5 games, hitting safely in all 5. Tommy John rocks, delivers a fastball that sinks in at the knees for a strike. Well, we were mentioning that in 77, Zisk, Gamble, and Soderholm, the trio, hit 86 homers. Now Luzinski, Kittle, and Fisk here in 83 have also hit 86. Now, Luzinski and Kittle between them have 61 home runs. That ties Zisk and Gamble in 77. Curve outside 1 and 2. So the 77 club about to be erased in most departments by this miraculous 83 White Sox club. Headed for the American League Championship Series. 1-2 fastball slides a bit at the end, tailing away outside. 2 and 2. 3-0 White Sox here in the first. Fisk, Bishorik, and Luzinski hit 3 home runs in a row off Tommy John. Slider outside, 3 and 2. And Tommy John, Gus, has thrown a lot of pitches here in the first.
Well, it's certainly a lot more than he usually throws, and I don't think Tommy's got his control tonight at all.
Slider tapped by Baines back to the hill. John flags it down, throws to Ron Jackson, and the first inning is over. But oh, what a frame that will long be remembered. 3 runs on 3 home runs. No errors, nobody left, and after a devastating first, the Angels trail the Sox 3-0.
Hello, sports fans. This is the official voice of Apple Computer, Dick Cavett, with the voice of baseball, Mel Allen.
And I'm proud to announce that Major League Baseball teams have signed up the remarkable Apple IIe personal computer.
Drafted to help managers pick the best batting orders, pitching rotations, and defenses.
And to help them scout the minors. Even the announcers are using Apple IIes to tell the fans more about the players.
So no matter what field you're in or on, an Apple IIe can help you be more productive. You know, Mel, I've always thought I might make it as a baseball announcer. Listen, there's a drive, it is way back, it is going. It is gone!
I'd stick to pitching apples, Dick.
Join the major leagues. Get an Apple IIe.
You'll find Apple computers at Meade Computer Center in Munster, Indiana. CompuShops in Chicago and the Chicagoland area. Consult your Yellow Pages and Ideal Computer Systems Incorporated in Kankakee, Illinois. 754 at WMAQ.
White Sox WMAQ.
Kids, moms, dads, grandmas, and grandpas. Anyone who's a kid at heart loves Schneider's string cheese. You see, Schneider's string cheese is fun to peel in long strips. And when you gobble it up, you feel just like a kid. Best of all, Schneider's string cheese is good food. It's 100% natural and made with good Wisconsin milk. Look for Schneider's string cheese and other Schneider cheese products at fine food stores in your area. Schneider's string cheese. Everyone who's a kid at heart loves Schneider's string cheese. Get some soon.
The White Sox, of course, not only blasting the baseball all over the ballpark recently, playing great defense and getting tremendous pitching, but of course also drawing extremely well. And we have one of the biggest crowds of the year here tonight to watch the Sox and the Angels as the White Sox go for their 11th consecutive win at home. And tonight the club will go over the 1.8 million mark, headed, it would seem, to a 2 million home attendance season. What a year it's been, and well, the fun is just beginning. So we mentioned a big crowd here, including a gang from Evergreen Park. It's Evergreen Park Community Night. A group from Alberto Culver is here, and the Blue Island Park District is on hand. And also the folks from the Consolidated Freightways group is also here. Well, we get the word that they've done some research, and that's the first time in the history of the White Sox that there have been 3 home runs consecutively by a White Sox team. Fisk, Pashorek, and Luzinski here in the first inning tonight. Well, it's Doug DeCinces to try to get the Angels going, a club that's been sputtering for a long time. DeCinces hitting .292 and a crisp fastball from Burns at the knees, a strike call. Ron Jackson on deck, then Bobby Clark here in the second. White Sox up 3-0. DeCinces fouls one back over the roof out of the park, and it's 0-2. The Angels on a road trip that has seen them drop 3 of the first 4. They have lost 7 of their last 11 games. They're going nowhere. And they have really nowhere to go. Inside 1 and 2. DeCinces having to jackknife out of the way. That is always dangerous for him because of the continuing back problems he has. DeCinces missing 51 games this season with that bad back. But nothing new for the Angels. They've had 56 injuries and 14 players on the disabled list. That tells much of their story this year. Britt Burns throws. Fastball swing and a miss by DeCinces. He's out of there. The first strikeout for Britt.
For a while there, they were calling the California Angels. I believe I said this last night. They were calling them General Hospital Crew. There was so many of them in the hospital, having a rough time of it.
Well, the Angels with the injuries. Royals have had a lot of injuries also. Ron Jackson, the batter, and he takes ball 1 low and inside. Ron, a right-handed hitter, batting .252, a half dozen homers, 34 RBIs. He was 0 for 2 last night. The defense is straight away on Ron Jackson. Inside fastball almost nips him, 2-0. He's talking about the tremendous attendance here on the South Side this season. The Angels at home have drawn almost 2.3 million. Burns 2-0 pitch. Fastball high and away, 3-0 on Ron Jackson. In the second with 1 out, nobody on for California. A strike, 3-1. The Angels almost to 2.3 million. The Dodgers have already gone over 3 million for the 4th year in a row. 3-1 pitch, fastball line to right, sinking in a hurry, but Baines comes in to make the grab. Ron Jackson scorches one to right. He's out number 2. Has retired the first 5 Angels tonight, has a 3-0 lead here in the second inning. Bobby Clark, California's right fielder, batting .235 with 5 homers, 18 RBIs. Fastball, and he swats it back to the screen, 0-1. Night at the old ballpark, and everyone having a great time. 3 home runs in a row in the bottom of the first. Fisk and Luzinski with Pashorek in the middle. Swing and a miss, 0-2. Burns has really good velocity.
I think you can omit one of those guys. I don't think Tommy John's really overjoying himself right yet. I know I wouldn't be.
Angels have not been celebrating for some time. Outside, 1-2. Angels at the end of June were a half dozen games over 500. They were rolling, but July, August, and September, disastrous. High fastball, 2-2 on Bobby Clark.
Yeah, before they had all those injuries, it looked like they were going to have a good shot at it. And there's one place, a couple of things have happened to the Sox, but not, big group policy going.
Bouncer up the middle, tough play, back a second. Fletcher glove, sidearms to first, and Clark and the Angels are gone in the second inning. Burns very strong. He's retired the first 6 hitters to face him, and the White Sox will come to bat in the second inning, leading 3-0.
My neighbor Sam is impressed by titles. When he found out Miss New Jersey drives a Honda Accord four-door sedan, same as mine, he couldn't wait to tell me. But I wasn't surprised. After all, I said, Miss New Jersey and the Honda Accord have a lot in common. They're both beautiful and highly regarded by the competition. Yes, but Miss New Jersey, cried Sam, a reigning beauty queen with the same car as you. So what? I said, a lot of beautiful people drive Honda Accords. It's the best-selling front-wheel drive four-door sedan in Alabama, Arizona, California, Florida, Georgia, Louisiana, Oregon, Virginia, and Washington. No New Jersey, yes, sir? Nope. New Jersey was a miss.
Talk baseball with Pearsall after the game on WMAQ.
Hi, Bob Hope for Texaco. You hear the knocking in that car? Now Texaco Star Power helps you knock out the knocks with the highest octanes you can get. Texaco Premium Unleaded with ethanol at 92 octane. New Super Regular with ethanol at 91 octane. Unleaded with ethanol at 89 octane. Get Texaco Star Power, the highest octanes you can get to help knock out the knocks in your car. Texaco Star Power for car power.
Let's pause for station identification. Saluting affiliate WSAL and the listeners in Logansport, Indiana on the White Sox Radio Network.
This is WMAQ Chicago at 8 o'clock.
Go Sox! 67 WMAQ.
Here come the White Sox in the second to face Tommy John, somewhat shell-shocked from back-to-back home runs by Fisk, Pashoric, and Luzinski in the first. His initial pitch is a curve low to Vance Law. Vance with a 6-game hitting streak himself, batting .238. A right-handed hitter against the lefty, Tommy John, whose sinker is in at the knees, and it's 1-1.
That's about the only thing that a right-hander has to worry about. Coming from Tommy John is the sinker. Sinker and a near screwball. He does not throw breaking pitches like curveball sliders to a right-hand batter.
Gets one in at the knees, 1-2. On deck, Scott Fletcher, then Julio Cruz here in the second inning. Tommy John picking up his sign from his catcher, Mike O'Berry, and deals inside. And Vance Law has to get out of the way in a hurry, 2-2.
I mean, to the batter, Ken, he will try and break one to the back door once in a while, but to get the ball over the plate where that hitter can get to it, no, he doesn't want to do that.
Just sort of showing the breaking pitch to the right-hander.
Like a teaser, you know.
Pitch on the way is tapped to short. Routine hop for Schofield. The youngster guns over to Ron Jackson, and there's one away. Boy, the Angels very high on their shortstop, Dick Schofield. Of course, his dad was quite a ball player.
I think all of baseball is high on this young fella. I've heard some of the scouts talking about it the other night, and one of the scouts was from the California Angels. And he said they had a chance to make several deals during the course of the summer, but everybody they talked trade with wanted Schofield, and they flat refused to give him up.
There's another pretty good-looking young shortstop from the White Sox side, Scott Fletcher. Scott, a .265 hitter, and the curve comes in from the backside for a strike. Same two teams here tomorrow night at 7:35. Floyd Bannister will battle Jeff Zahn. We'll be on the air at 7:08 Central Daylight Time tomorrow night. Fastball in the dirt, bounds away from O'Berry, 1-1. And tomorrow night will be White Sox team poster night. True Value Hardware and the Sox, hoping that you'll come out and see the White Sox and the Angels. All fans attending the game will receive a huge color team poster of these fantastic 83 Sox, courtesy of True Value Hardware. The 1-1 on the way. Low and inside. 2 balls and a strike. There are seats available for tomorrow night's game. You can call Ticketmaster at 559-1212 to purchase tickets. You can use your charge card. And tickets available here at Sox Park. Here's a ground ball left side in the hole. Schofield over in a hurry, gets in front, fields, throws, and Fletcher is gone. Nice play that time by Schofield. He did a good job sliding to his right to plug up the hole and cut off that grounder off the bat of Scott Fletcher.
He's certainly got good action. Looks like he's got a good glove, sure glove, and he comes up from the ground up on the bouncing balls, and that's a plus for him there. Looks like he throws sidearm, though. He really hasn't cut one loose yet.
2 outs for the White Sox in the second. They lead it 3-0. And Julio Cruz to face Tommy John. First pitch, the sinker over the outside corner, strike one.
In fact, Schofield and Scott Fletcher throw somewhat alike, I think.
The next pitch whipped on a line. Short hop to third to Sensei. Gets up from his knees and throws out Julio Cruz. 2 remarkable plays in the early going by DeCinces. Rob Kittle in the first, and now Julio Cruz here in the second. 1-2-3 the story. After 2, 3-0, White Sox.
Jays, can't stop eating those Jays. Jays, can't stop eating those Jays.
It's true that Jay's potato chips are unbelievably crisp and fresh, but you'd think some people would be able to stop eating them, and yet...
Oh, I once knew a fella, Old Clem. Old Clem said he stopped eating Jay's potato chips. Old Clem lied a lot. They're the chips we all adore. Just one crunch, you gotta have more.
Okay, Miss Farquhar, as our grand prize winner, you get the all-expense-paid trip around the world on your own private jet for this bag of Jay's potato chips. Miss Farquhar.
I'm thinking.
No other chips got that crunch. No other chip we'd rather munch.
Well, even if most people can stop eating Jay's potato chips, I know I can eat just one.
Well, how?
Very slowly.
Can't stop eating those Jay's.
Why did Cleopatra become Queen of the Nile?
Baby, I did it for the money.
Why did Sherlock Holmes solve crime?
I must confess, I did it for the money.
Why did the Bride of Frankenstein marry Frankenstein?
I did it for love and for the money.
You could win $1 million or up to $100,000 instantly in the Illinois State Lottery's Fortune Instant game. So play it for the same reason Napoleon became emperor.
Cash!
Here at Comiskey Park, after 2, the White Sox lead the Angels 3-0. For the first time in the Sox history, so it is said, the White Sox in the first frame, 3 home runs in a row. Fisk, Pashorik, and Luzinski. Fisk and Pashorik back-to-back pitches. The Angels trying to come back in the third. They haven't had a base runner, and it'll be Schofield, Labradich, and O'Berry to face Britt Burns. At Yankee Stadium in the bottom of the fourth, in that big battle of the top clubs in the East, the Yankees lead the Orioles 2-1. The difference in the game, Ken Griffey's 2-run first-inning homer is 10th of the year. A battle of 17-game winners, Scott McGregor and Ron Gidred. Here's Dick Schofield, right-handed hitter looking for his first big league hit, and he swats a long fly to left center. The Park will hold it. Kittle is over. He's got it. 1 up, 1 down. And Burns has mowed down the first 7 hitters from the Angels. Bobby Knopp coaching at first for California. And a familiar face. Good to see him back in Chicago. Coaching over at third, Preston Gomez. Here's Steve Labradich, the Angels' second baseman and 8th hitter. He had his first major league hit back in '81 off Richard Dotson. Batting .241 in 43 games with California. He looks at strike 1. Labradich, a very spread and open stance. He strides, swings, and misses. 0-2. A lot of hitters will have a very open stance, that front left foot and leg swung way out. Then they'll end up stepping and striding straight towards the pitcher, but not Labradich. He keeps it still pretty open. High and away, 1-2.
Maybe he hasn't seen a fastball pitcher like Brett Burns, and he doesn't want to step into that pitch too much.
I'd like to see a right-hander break off a slider to him. Swing and a miss. Labradich is gone. Second strikeout for Burns, and he is really throwing well here in the first 3 innings. Detroit playing 2 tonight in Milwaukee. Bottom of the 7th in the first game. Brewers lead the Tigers 2-0 on Cecil Cooper's 2-run homer in the 4th off Jack Morris. Cooper's 27th of the year. Baltimore leading the Yanks by 5 in the standings. Detroit and Milwaukee 5.5 out. Time and distance in the way, the problem for the Yanks, Tigers, and Brewers. Mike O'Berry, the hitter, and he takes a Burns fastball high, 1 ball. O'Berry, the ex-Cub, has seen very limited duty this year with the Angels. He swings and fouls it back to even it at 1-1. O'Berry has been in only 20 games, hitting .160, no homers and 2 RBIs. Burns rocks, the lefty throws too high, 2-1. Moose Haas pitching that opening game for Milwaukee against Jack Morris. In the second game, it'll be Glenn Abbott and Don Sutton. High fastball, 3-1 on O'Berry. Boy, Don Sutton has really come upon hard times. His record 7-12. He's had a terrible time. And, of course, the Brewers have needed him desperately. Outfield shades a bit to right on O'Berry. He cuts and misses. Boy, a blazing fastball right on by him from Britt Burns.
I don't think Sutton has won a game in about a month, Kenny. He, like you say, he has had some kind of bad luck, and you don't expect him to have those kind of months, days, or weeks even.
3-2 pitch. Hit in the air to shallow right center. Rudy Law wants it. It should be the third out, and it's in the glove. 9 in a row at the outset, retired by Britt Burns. And we'll go to the bottom of the third. 3-0, White Sox.
This bird's for you. There's no one else who does it quite the way you do. So here's to you. For all you do, you know the king of beers is coming through. For all you do. This bird's for you.
This bird's for you. This bird's for you. For being on the job and working hard all day. So here's to you. For all you do, you know the king of beers is coming through. For all you do.
All you do.
This bird's for you.
This bird's for you.
This bird's for you. Anheuser-Busch.
St. Louis.
It costs a lot to hire a professional plumber, but you can save a lot when you rely on Master Plumber products from True Value Hardware stores. Hi, Pat Summerall to say Master Plumber parts and fittings are designed for easy, do-it-yourself installation. You'll find bathroom and kitchen faucets, shower heads, repair kits, and specialty items like pipe insulation. So instead of spending a lot on plumbing improvements, start saving with Master Plumber products sold exclusively at participating True Value Hardware stores and home centers.
Tommy John tuning up to face the top of the Sox order in the bottom of the third, and it'll be our big payoff inning. Give you some more scores from the American League. After 5.5 in Toronto, the Jays lead Oakland 5-4. Boy, Oakland's struggling. They've lost 6 in a row, 9 of their last 10. Boston is at Cleveland tonight in the 5th inning. John Tudor and the Red Sox lead at 4-1. Cleveland is red hot. At Minnesota in the bottom of the second, the Royals behind Gaylord Perry lead the Twins 1-0. Later, the Rangers and Mariners meet at the Kingdome. Danny Darwin and Mike Moore. Rudy Law bounced to Ron Jackson in the first inning. He's hitting for Darlene Bayer of Lansing, Illinois, here in our big payoff inning. And Rudy shortening up as if to bunt, takes the pitch, it's a strike. Drawing to Cincey in on the grass at third and bringing Ron Jackson in a bit at first. Tommy John, a 10-game winner, dishes up a fastball, and it's grounded foul off to the right. Quickly, 2 strikes on Rudy Law.
I think all your fast runners will try and bait the first baseman, third baseman, pretend they're going to bunt. When they really don't want to bunt, they'll test them out, see if they're going to come in, and fall for it. And if they don't, they try to hit the ball by them.
White Sox lead it 3-0. Rudy Law in our big payoff inning, trying to come through for Darlene Bayer, and a sweeping curve low outside off the glove of O'Berry to the backstop, 1-2.
Or if they can draw him in other words, he gets him at a handicap because he can't cover as much ground. If they don't come in, then they'll try to bunt the ball down.
Here's the pitch. Another curve low and outside, 2-2. Of course, in our big payoff inning, a single worth $67 cash, $167 for a double, $267 for a triple, and, of course, a Zenith television for a home run. Swing and a miss by Rudy Law. He's fooled by Tommy John's breaking pitch, and Tommy John has his first strikeout of the night. And a consolation prize for Darlene Baer of Lansing, Illinois, the 3 pounds of Dubuque Fluffers. Tommy John has given up 3 hits, all in the first inning, and right in a row. Fisk, Pashorek, and Luzinski home runs. And here's Fisk now with 25 four-baggers in a 13-game hitting streak, equaling his 13-game streak, the longest by a Sox player this year back in July. And our big payoff inning contestant is Lee Gerwin of Wheaton. John, a fastball high, ball 1. But Fisk has really had a wonderful season at age 35, hitting .400 exactly during this 13-game hitting streak. Become a first for this club. Here's a foul back, full count now, and Carlton Fisk.
They've been doing so well, just about the time you think you've seen it all, something else happened. And it happened tonight.
You might wonder about the all-time team record for home runs. That was back in '77, the big home run year. 192, and this club will not reach that mark. That'll stand. Inside is Tommy John with a breaking pitch, and to first base goes Carlton Fisk. So Carlton, a home run his first trip, but a walk here in our big payoff inning for Lee Gerwin of Wheaton, Illinois. And like Darlene Baer, Lee will receive a certificate for 3 pounds of Dubuque Fluffers. Tom Pashorek with an 8-game hitting streak now after his 8th home run of the season in the first inning. And he rocketed his to center field. Fisk's went off the facade of the second deck in left near the foul pole. And then Luzinski, that tape measure shot into the Sox bullpen in center. Here's a curve in the dirt, gets away from O'Berry to the backstop. The second Fisk taking the turn. He's going to try for third. O'Berry up with the ball, but throw on his eye. From first to third comes Carlton Fisk.
That ball bounced away from O'Berry and come back over to the stands, the wall there. And he really didn't have any idea that Carlton Fisk was that fast, I guess, or that good a base runner. But when Carlton got to second base, he slowed down, took a look at O'Berry. He was just picking up the ball. And he was about the same distance from third base, or more so, than he was from when he throws to second base when a man is stealing. And Fisk was already running full speed by the time he got the ball in his hand.
The infield pulled in. Pashorek takes a pitch tight, 2-0. Pashorek is hitting for Jane Adair of Wheaton, Illinois, in our big payoff inning. So this crowd trying to get behind Tom Pashorek, as we know Jane is. Tommy John's pitch high. 3-0 the count on Pashorek.
What if the first inning, or they got their 3 home runs in the big payoff inning? Boy, you'd have had to send a big truck out with a TV set.
Would have been a lot of those Zenith 25-inch custom TVs. Here's a bounder foul just outside the bag at third. That would have gotten Fisk in easily and might have been extra bases for Pashorek, but it just missed going over the bag. As Tom had the green light, 3-0. White Sox trying to reduce their magic number to 8, hoping that Kansas City loses at Minnesota. That would reduce the magic number to 7. But the Royals with a 1-0 lead early at the Metrodome. Tommy John from the stretch with Fisk at third, 1 out, the infield in, delivers a ground ball left side in the hole. It's a base hit. Pashorek comes through. Fisk scores. Mike Brown up with the ball, throws it in, and Pashorek with 2 RBIs tonight has 59, and the White Sox have a 4-0 lead. Boy, that was a big, wild pitch. Fisk going from first to third. The infield in, that becomes a base hit. Had the infield not been in, there might have been a play and might have been a chance to get a force out at second base.
Yeah, some good base running by Carlton Fisk. Just gave the White Sox another run along with the hit by Pashorek.
Here's Luzinski, takes ball 1. Well, congratulations to Jane Adair of Wheaton, Illinois. She wins $67 Tom Pashorek in his single. And Luzinski, who homered in the first, his 29th of the year, is batting for L.C. Eggersdorf of Oaklawn, Illinois. Well, the old plowboy, Tom Morgan, who's going to retire at the end of this year after 19 and a half years in the big leagues, out to the mound to visit with Tommy John and Mike O'Berry.
He's trying to settle Tommy John down. He just made almost another wild pitch out of the reach of O'Berry, the catcher. Of course, the one he threw at fifth, but from first to third, that was one of those curveballs, wide-bringing curveballs. He tried to come from the outside and make Pachorek go fishing, but he got it into the dirt, and that's his trademark. He gets the ball just above the dirt or into the dirt. You've got to have a catcher that can really dig that ball out when he's fishing, because that's where it's going to be. You're not going to get anything too good to hit most of the time.
Tom Morgan back to the first base dugout where he'll join Angels manager John McNamara. Luzinski ready to step in. Veteran right-hander Doug Corbett is at work in the center field Angels bullpen. L.C. Eggersdorf hoping that Luzinski can come through here. Here's the pitch to the bull. He checks his swing, and the pitch is blowing inside. 2-0.
I think L.C.'s got a good chance. They've just motioned from the bullpen of the California Angels that their man is ready, so anytime they wanted to make a change, if something happens, they could.
Angels looking for two, and the bull hits a high foul off first. Ron Jackson over, and he can't get it. It's in the photographer's well just beyond the Angels' first base dugout. 2 balls, 1 strike. Boy, we have had a basket full of excitement already. It's only the bottom of the third, and the White Sox already have a 4-0 lead. 4 runs, 4 hits. The Angels, no runs, no hits. They haven't had a base runner against Burns. Here's a slider, slammed to right, a line drive single for Luzinski. Pashorek digging around second, hustling to third. He'll go in standing as Clark throws the ball into second base. Well, Pashorek comes through in our big payoff inning for Jane Adair, and now L.C. Eggersdorf of Oaklawn is a winner of $67 cash thanks to Craig Luzinski, who is 2 for 2. So congratulations to our winners. And for Darlene Bear and Lee Gerwin, you'll be receiving the certificate for 3 pounds of Dubuque Plumpers, the official hot dog of the White Sox. Well, we saw Tom Morgan, now we see John McNamara, and we're not going to see any more tonight from Tommy John as he gives way with Pashorek at third, Luzinski at first, a run already in, and 1 out here in the third. So with the pitching change and the Sox up by 4, we'll take this timeout.
Right now, your Chicago area Midas dealers are featuring a brake offer so good, it'll stop you cold. Through September, Midas will repair the brakes on your front or rear wheels for just $69. For this low price, we'll install new brake shoes or disc brake pads, inspect the hydraulic system, add fluid if necessary, turn rotors or drums, and give your brakes a professional road test. For just $69, it's a very good deal. And there's more. The Midas Brake Guarantee. We guarantee our brake shoes and disc brake pads for as long as you own your car. If they ever wear out, Midas will replace them free. You will be charged for additional parts and labor required to restore the brake system to its proper operation. So see your participating Chicago area Midas dealer during September and take advantage of this special offer. A front or rear end axle brake job for just $69. Call one of your participating Chicago area Midas shops for details.
The WMAQ satellite forecast tonight, a low of 72, tomorrow's high 95. Scattered shower thunderstorms tomorrow night, a low of 62. Right now along Chicago's lakefront, 92 at WMAQ.
The California Angels have changed pitchers. They've taken out Tommy John, the left-hander. Tommy John pitched 2 1/3 innings, given up 5 hits and 4 runs so far as he's responsible for these 2 men on base. He's walked a batter, struck out 1, gave up 3 home runs. He'll come in here, Corbett will, to come in to pitch to Ron Kittle, the left fielder for the White Sox. Tommy John made 52 pitches during the 2 1/3 innings that he worked. Come in to pitch Doug Corbett, right-hander. He was acquired from the Minnesota Twins by the California Angels, and they thought they had the answer to all their problems. However, Doug has not worked out that well for the Angels. He's been on a sore arm list for quite a while, DA. His record for the year is 1 win and no loss. He has a high earned run average of 5.14. This is only the 7th game that Doug Corbett has been in. He's only pitched 7 innings. He's given up 12 hits in the 7th inning, 4 runs, all of them earned, given up 1 home run. He has not walked a batter, and he has struck out 8.
Ron Kittle robbed of a hit on a circus-like play at third by DeCinces in the first inning. Well, the White Sox have all sorts of hitting streaks going. Fisk's in 13 consecutive games. Kittle has a 9-game streak. 1 out. Bashoric at third, Luzinski at first, and Kittle a weak wave. Strike 1. Corbett most of the year in Edmonton. And that's where Ron Kittle had such a tremendous year in 1982. Kittle facing Corbett. 4-0 White Sox. And here's a ground foul back of the plate, 0-2. Corbett had great success with the Minnesota Twins. At age 30, he's just trying to gain some big league time and find the magic that made him the Minnesota Twins' most valuable player back in 81. He sets and a sidearm sinker is grounded foul off Michael Berry. Gets a big hunk of the Angel catcher, and then the ball trickles to the backstop. Berry on his hands and knees for a moment, now gets up trying to catch his breath. Cubs lost in 10 today, 6-5.
I think that foul tip knocked the breath out of that big toe. And he's trying to breathe again from upstairs.
2-strike pitch. Slider outside, 1-2. 6th inning at Pittsburgh tonight. Thanks to Jim Morrison's home run, Pittsburgh leads Philadelphia 1-0. There's Philadelphia, Pittsburgh, Montreal, and the Cardinals battling for first in the National League East. The Cardinals with a win at Wrigley today. Here's a looping liner to left center off the end of the bat. It may fall. It will. It'll be played on a hop by Brown. Bashoric scores. Into second goes Luzinski. And another RBI for the sensational rookie Ron Kittle. His 88th RBI of the year. He may have been fouled a bit early, but he was able to hit it off the end of the bat and just sort of parachute it into left center.
I was talking about that last night, Ken. That's a great advantage a power hitter has over a guy that just hits line drives, because you've got to play Kittle, you've got to play Luzinski, you've got to play Carlton Fisk, you've got to play them deep. And when they hit one on the handle or hit it on the end of the bat, they're going to get a base hit, because it's a true Texas leaguer. The outfielders are so far back, they can't come in time to catch the ball.
That'll bring up Harold Baines, who grounded back to the mound to end the 3-run first. White Sox didn't score in the second. They've scored 2 more here in the third. They lead it 5-0. Fastball, strike 1 call in the outside corner.
Now imagine those right-handers on the bench are talking to the left-hand batters, Baines and Cruz and Laws, and now you guys go to work on this right-hander. We got the left-hander out of there for you.
Luzinski at second, Kittle at first, swing and a miss. 0-2. At Montreal in the bottom of the 5th, Mets 3, Expos 3. Later on, Cincinnati at San Diego, Houston at San Francisco. And the big one before a sellout at Dodger Stadium tonight, the Braves and the Dodgers. Check of the runners. Corbett throws. A sinker swung on and missed, and Baines goes down, the first strikeout victim for Doug Corbett. Corbett with a tremendous sinker when he has been on in the big leagues. And he threw a couple of pretty good sinkers to Harold Baines.
Well, like you said, the most valuable player on the Minnesota Twins, and boy, he was valuable. He just come out and shut the door in your face when he come in, and the Angels thought, well, he's going to do this for us, and he should have done it for us, but he hasn't been able to do it.
Vance Law takes the first pitch at the knees, strike 1.
If he can regain the form he had in Minnesota, he will be very valuable to a ball club, but so far he's been a dead issue for them.
5-0 White Sox, still only the 3rd inning. Corbett's pitch on the way, grounded foul back to the plate. And Corbett working in relief of Tommy John is ahead on Vance Law, 2 strikes. 2 in this inning, 2 on base for the Sox, and 2 outs. The set, Corbett's pitch, a sinker grounded to short, big hop for Schofield, flips over to second to Lebradich, and that'll do it. A 6-4 force-out to cut down Ron Kittle. But the White Sox add to their lead in the 3rd with 2 runs on 3 hits. They leave done tonight. It's already 5-0 White Sox.
Let's see now. Cattle feeding economics, dental billing, obstetrical ultrasound evaluation.
You're listening to a few of the 16,000 reasons why, no matter what business you're in, it's easier to do business with an Apple IIe personal computer.
Insurance brokering system, Arbitron analysis, payroll.
It runs more software than any other personal computer.
CPA partner, BPI accounting, planetary motion. Planetary motion.
And while you're listening, we'd like to mention one more reason to use an Apple. The Apple IIe Small Business System.
Look at all the inventory programs.
A specially priced package with everything you need to get down to business. 2 disk drives, Apple Monitor, and Apple Dot Matrix printer. So drop by and we'll show you all the reasons why.
There it is.
It's easier to mind your own business with an Apple.
Excuse me, let me try a swine rotation analysis.
You'll find Apple computers at Glen Ellen Computer Center in Glen Ellen, Computerland Maryville in Maryville, Indiana, and Computerland in Elmhurst.
The White Sox WMAQ.
Eastside Lumber.
You've invested a lot in the tools of your trade.
Well, you buy the sheet and we cut it for you.
You want them to pay off.
We've got a shop in the yard. Still on their way to...
You want to keep them busy.
We're open on Saturdays.
That's why you also invest in the Yellow Pages, where your ad is on the job every day of the year.
Eastside Lumber.
The Bell System Yellow Pages.
Walnut, cherry, red oak, white oak.
It's the small investment that keeps your big investments paying off.
Well, smooth on both sides.
With Early Win, this is Ken Wilson, and wherever you're listening on the White Sox Network, we're glad you're with us tonight. Boy, everybody buzzing around mid-America today about the Sox thrashing last night of the Angels, getting the big lead early and holding on to an 8-5 win after just barreling by the Oakland A's in the first 3 games of this homestand. 11 runs Monday, 7 runs Tuesday, 8 runs Wednesday, and that 10-inning victory over the Athletics. An 8-run barrage last night, and already a 5-0 lead tonight for the White Sox. Britt Burns has been perfect through 3, and Oakland, California native Gary Pettis will take his second turn leading off the 4th. And the first pitch right there, a good knee-high pitch on the outside corner. Pettis, then Rod Carew and Mike Brown. Pettis deep in the batter's box, whips at it, doesn't get it, a letter-high fastball, 0-2. Burns trying to even his slate at 9-9, and needless to say, he's got plenty to work with tonight. Back in the 2-strike pitch, he takes a little off and sort of sinks one, low and away, 1-2. Pettis offers and fouls it back, 1-2. Talk about Britt Burns' 83 season, probably the most memorable game. That 3-hitter he threw in New York on the 15th of August. He pushes him back, 2-2.
Ken, I would say you made a wild guess there. Boy, that was a fantastic game. You should have seen him. He had everything going for him that day. The Yankees just couldn't touch him hardly.
His pitch on the way to Pettis, slapped in the ground left side. Grass slows it down, backhanded to the hole by Fletcher. The throw in time on a bang play at first. Pettis can motor, and Fletcher throws him out.
Scott Fletcher just made one of the better plays of the evening so far. Goes over in the hole, backhands the ball, and he was already stopped when he got the ball in the glove. Looked like he just got there in time. Everything was perfect timing, and come up in the motion at the same time, fired a strike over to Tom Paciorek at first, just about a step ahead of the runner. Pettis.
Burns has retired 10 straight to start the game. And here's the incomparable Rod Carew. Fastball misses, ball 1. So much you can say about Carew. He's hit .390 on the road this season. And on the inside corner, a strike to even it, 1-1. Of course, Carew early in the year talking about hanging him up after this season now says that he'll be back at 84. Breaking ball misses, 2-1. Well, I'd like to see Carew get to 3,000 hits in his illustrious career.
Yeah, you and Carew can make a lot of pitchers unhappy.
Is 152 hits this year. Change outside corner. Not a real off-speed change. Just a little off the fastball. 2-2.
You know what you do when you get a guy like Carew and he's undecided whether he's going to play another year or not? Hit him on the ankle a few times or on the toe and, let him make his mind up.
There's a strike on the inside corner, and Carew, the great eye, is caught looking. So Rod Carew, looking for the 2,658th hit of his career, will have to wait for a later time at bat. What tremendous placement of that pitch.
You can't keep your eye on Burns' breaking stuff or his fastball, either one, as far as that goes. Too long, it kind of tantalizes you, boy. That thing's coming in there with a little bit of smoke on it.
3 strikeouts for Britt. Here's Mike Brown, the Angels' left fielder tonight, a number 3 man in the order. He lined sharply to Baines in the first inning. Oh, you'd never know the way Burns is pitching tonight that he's lost 3 of his last 4 decisions. Strike call, knee-high outside corner. He just isn't getting much in the fat areas of the strike zone.
I don't know whether that's due because he's got perfect control or because he's got lousy control.
High and away, 1-1.
Sometimes you have lousy control, so you just try to throw the ball in the middle of the plate and you get good location. Other times you try to throw it outside and you get it in the middle.
Britt back into Brown. Strike call. Fastball knee-high outside corner. 1-2. 11 straight Angels have been retired tonight at the start of the game, and the Sox lead it 5-0. Swing and a miss on a forkball. What a pitch. Mike Brown in envy throws his bat and his helmet away, and through 4, Burns is perfect with 4 strikeouts. After 3.5, it's all Sox 5-0.
I was at the gas station the other day getting my Honda filled up, and this guy who owns the place said he hadn't seen me for a while. Well, I smiled. I drive a Honda. He grimaced and mentioned that he was thinking about buying a new Honda Civic S, but it wasn't easy for him. I said, that's hard to understand. After all, the Civic S is painted special colors, red or black, and the red Civic S comes with special performance features, just like the black. And the black Civic S is as much fun to drive as a sports car, just like the red. He says, so which one do you choose, red or black? It's hard. Well, I said, the fact that they are both as practical as you expect a Honda Civic to be should certainly make it easy. No, he says, in the gas station business, that makes it hard.
Honda, we make it simple.
Baseball with Pearsall, weekday mornings on WMAQ.
Now to present the Star Power High Octane Awards, Bob Hope.
Hi, tonight's awards are for the highest octanes you can get. Envelope, please. And the winners are Texaco Unleaded with ethanol at 89 octane, New Super Regular with ethanol at 91, Premium Unleaded with ethanol at 92. Texaco Star Power helps knock out the knocks with the highest octanes you can get. Texaco Star Power for car power.
White Sox with a 5-0 lead tonight, facing Angel reliever Doug Corbett in the 4th inning. The 8th hitter in the order to lead it off, Scott Fletcher. He grounded to shortstop Dick Schofield in the 2nd inning. My name's Ken Wilson. Early win is here and a big crowd on hand at Comiskey Park for the 2nd game of this 4-game series. Corbett, the right-hander, winds and throws, and the sidearm sinker is low, ball 1. Tomorrow night, Floyd Bannister and Jeff Zahn. That should come on out because Sunday is already sold out. There's a strike. 1-1. Both tomorrow night with a 7:30 start and Sunday night with a 6 o'clock or 5:55 start. And the last fireworks show of the season afterwards, the Sox are providing free parking and shuttle bus service at the amphitheater. Fletcher takes a strike, 1-2. Free parking, free shuttle bus service for any of you wishing to park at the International Amphitheater tomorrow night and again on Sunday. Tomorrow, the shuttle service will begin at 6 o'clock. This one is low, 2-2.
I think that's something new that's been added to Corbett, coming sidearm to a right-hander. I don't recall him doing that, especially on a breaking pitch.
Corbett peers in, gets the side, and the pitch is grounded into the Sox dugout. Still 2-2. So we hope you'll take advantage of the parking and the shuttle service from the International Amphitheater the next 2 nights. You'll have buses that'll operate, and they'll take you back from the ballpark to the amphitheater approximately 1 hour after the game. Fletcher batting .264, awaits the pitch. It's on the way, and it's a fastball inside. Full count on Scott Fletcher.
Scott Fletcher almost wore that one in his belly button like a diamond, didn't he, or a ruby?
Striding into it, and all of a sudden he had to change direction. Cruz on deck, then Rudy Law here in the 4th. White Sox up 5-0. The 3-2 pitch to Fletcher. Cut on and pulling it, but fouled down the left field line. Fouled by about 7 feet. We talk about Sunday's game. The first advanced sellout in the club's history. There are a few partial view and single seats remaining for that 5:55 game with a fireworks show taking place after the game here Sunday. What a day that'll be. Here's a foul at the plate. It hops up and hits Scott in the leg. 3-2. Boy, you almost hate to burst the bubble. Things are going so well. See the White Sox early on the cover of this week's Sporting News. They could become the Major League Team of the Year the way things are rolling.
You're going to see the White Sox on just about every cover on everything. Magazine, papers, and probably even bed sheets before this thing's over. They got them on T-shirts and everything right now.
Scott Fletcher, ground ball, and it goes right through to Sensei. The Sensei came up, the ball didn't, and Fletcher's aboard. And after 2 marvelous plays earlier in the game, robbing Kittle in the first, Cruz in the second, this time DeCinces picks up the error.
That's something you don't see too often, is Doug DeCinces. That's only his 9th error of the year, and he is a good fielder. Keeps the glove down on the ground, but he came up just a little too quick then. He was expecting, anticipating.
In the 5 games on this current homestand, the White Sox opponents have been making all sorts of errors. Julio Cruz, switch hitter, up there left-handed against Corbett, and he takes a sinker well wide, ball 1. DeCinces wide of the bag on the grass at third. Ron Jackson holding with the runner Fletcher at first. Schofield at short. Lebranich at second and double play down. Nobody out. The pitch on the way, line to left, down the line. That's a hit. Fletcher hits second. Up with the ball, Mike Brown. The throw to third. It could be close, but it's cut off. Schofield cuts off the throw. Fletcher ends up at third. Julio Cruz at second base, and that one is hard to believe. And the White Sox, leading by 5, are in business again. That'll be a double.
That is frenetic spirit, Ken. Schofield had to, just realize for an instant that he's right in line with third base. He's just about 2 feet off the line, and that's where the ball was coming from. It was a direct throw to third base, right in line with it. And then he was so befuddled with himself that he let Julio go into second base without even making an attempt.
Well, an error you'd expect, a mistake from a 20-year-old in his second big league game. The infield going to play it sort of halfway for Rudy Law. He cuts and fouls it at the plate. Fletcher at third, Cruz at second, nobody out in the 4th. White Sox leading the Angels 5-0 and just trying to bury this high-priced team. DeCinces even with a bag at third. Schofield is rather deep at short. Lebranich Bradich is back to the edge of the outfield grass at second. And Ron Jackson is playing it about halfway at third. Rudy Law waiting on Corbett, working from the set, and the pitch, a sinker, back off the glove of Corbett. The runners will hold. He gets the ball and throws to Ron Jackson in time. Rudy Law is gone. That one off the leather of Corbett, rolled about 15 feet towards first base. And Corbett able to go after it, make the play to get the first out here in the fourth. And Fletcher decided to play it safe at third. Julio had to hold at second.
Well, with only one away, there was, or nobody away, there's no use for him to come. In the end, he got the big lead. Of course, that's a good time to make the other team rush a little. So you just take your choice, whichever one you want. Either play it safe or see if they're going to throw the ball away. If he had got Fletcher coming home, or if he'd have made the play, I don't think he would. I don't think he was even looking at Fletcher. Once the ball bounced away from him, I think he'd give up on Fletcher. He was concentrating on Rudy. Had Rudy been on, though, then you got the two fastest men on the ball club and two of the fastest men in the league.
Now they're going to walk Carlton Fisk. Fisk, Pashoric, and Luzinski, the 2, 3, and 4 hitters, have not been retired tonight. And between them, they have scored the 5 runs. There's ball 2 intentionally walked. A third.
Carlton taking a practice reach to see if he could possibly reach that ball outside there. That one he could have reached. It wasn't that far outside.
Ball 4 intentionally. Fisk at first. Cruz at second. Fletcher at third for Tom Pashoric. Pashoric, a home run in the first on the initial pitch following Fisk's 25th homer of the year. Then Pashoric drove in a run with a single in the third. 2 for 2 with 2 RBIs. And following him, Greg Luzinski, who followed Pashoric with a homer himself in the first. That's right, 3 Sox homers in a row back in the first inning. Angels play it halfway on the infield. The first pitch to Pashoric, he swings and doesn't get the sinker. 1 strike. Tommy John went 2 1/3. He gave up 5 runs on 5 hits. He walked 1 and fanned a hitter. Outfield spread out and deep on Pashoric. The pitch on the way inside, hits him. Hit in the thigh. And another run will come in. Fletcher will jog in from third. Pashoric will go to first. And it is 6-0 White Sox. It's amazing. Another RBI, the third of the night for Pashoric. He has 60 on the year. And the bases remain loaded with only 1 out.
I don't think that was the way Tom Pashoric wants to get the RBIs, though. He looked a little bit disgusted and didn't know exactly what to do right at the moment. Like maybe he might ought to go out and have a talk with Dog Corbett.
Now the ball, the bases loaded. 1 out, first pitch, strike on the outside corner. Boy, Corbett in a peck of trouble. White Sox, 3 runs in the first, 2 in the third. They've added another here in the fourth. They lead by a half dozen. The runners get their leads. The 1 strike pitch, broken bat rolling to the right side. Bradich knocks the ball down. Will have no play. The run scores. Cruz crosses the plate, and it is 7-0 White Sox. And I'm not sure what happened to young Steve Bradich, who broke for the bag at second base. Might have been chasing the end of the bat that splintered off and went to the left side of the infield as the ball went to the right side. And he had to retrace his steps back towards the hole on the right side to make a diving stop and had no play. A base hit.
That's one of the few times that Greg Luzinski gets an infield hit. And that's exactly what the second baseman, Lou Bradich, was doing. He was chasing the end of that bat, and all at once he realized it was the bat and not the ball, and he had to turn around, and he just made a dive and stop with the ball.
Here's Kittle, and he takes the first pitch from Corbett, a strike. 2 runs in the fourth. 7-0 White Sox. The White Sox trying to win their 5th in a row, their 11th consecutive victory here at home. The runners lead. The pitch to Kittle. He pounds it foul. Back to third base coach Jim Leland. 2 strikes on Kittle, who with his recent surge has all but nailed down the Rookie of the Year award. Fisk at third, Pashorek at second, Luzinski at first. Fletcher and Cruz have already scored. The inning started with a Doug DeCinces error. The Sox aren't about to quit. Swing and a foul at home plate, 0-2. Kurt Brown, a youngster, warming up in the Angels bullpen. Corbett to the rosin bag, throws it down behind the rubber. Now plants the right foot in front of the slab, hands on his knees. The base is loaded. He gets the sign from his catcher O'Berry. The stretch, the set, and the pitch. A sinker fouled at the plate. Still a 2-strike count on Kittle. Boy, this is fun. And we're glad that you're part of it. Hope you're going to be here for some of the remaining home games. There are 9 home games left after tonight. And a dozen left for the Sox on the road. You can hear them all right here. Bases loaded, 1 out. 4th inning, 7-0 Sox. The 2-strike pitch, strike call on the outside corner. That's the second out as Kittle is caught looking. Sidearm pitch, kind of dropping and sliding away, and just good enough to be a strike. So Doug Corbett, the University of Florida product, who thought at one time he'd never get out of the minor leagues, faces Harold Baines, the 8th Sox hitter in the inning. Bases loaded with 2 down, and Baines crunches one at the plate, foul, and hops up and hits him in the right calf. 1 strike. Again, we repeat, some tickets available tomorrow night's game, about 12,000 seats left. Sox team poster night. Definitely want to have a team poster from this 83 season. So come on out tomorrow night. Bannister against Zahn at 7:30. Corbett delivers. There's a foul fly out of play off to the left. And the Angel hurler gets ahead of Baines, 2 strikes.
The Yankees are leading Baltimore 3-1 after 6 1/2. Of course, Milwaukee has beaten Detroit 2-1. That game is over. They played at Milwaukee.
Here's the 2-strike pitch. Baines a grounder right side. Diving stop by Ron Jackson. He gets up, throws the ball away. It ricochets off the retaining wall back of the plate. And the Sox get 2 more runs. It's amazing, but it continues. Fisk scores from third. Pashorek from second. A 4-run explosion in the 4th with a little help from the Angels. There'll be an RBI on the play for Harold Baines as he slugs a bounding ball to the right side. A great diving play in the hole by Ron Jackson. Stretching out to glove it, goes down, gets up, throws, but wildly for an error. That's the second Angel error in the inning. Baines gets his 78th RBI of the year. Luzinski ends up at third, Baines at second, and the batter is Vance Law.
Can you
the
believe
Sox bat around?
all of this happened with 1 hit?
Here's a chopper foul off to the left, 1 strike. They cannot do anything wrong. It is 9-0 White Sox. 3 in the first, 2 in the third, and 4 here in the 4th. They're not done yet.
Oakland is leading Toronto 7-5 after 8 1/2.
There's a pitch over the outside corner, and it's a 2-strike count on third baseman Vance Law. Boy, Corbett's getting ahead of the hitters, but isn't able to finish them off.
Now Minnesota's leading Kansas City 5-4.
9 runs, 9 hits for the Western Division leading White Sox. Corbett sends up a sinker that's backhanded by O'Berry, 1-2. DeCinces and Ron Jackson with errors in the inning. An intentional walk, a hit batter, a Cruz double, and a Luzinski infield single. Here's a grounder foul into the Sox dugout. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Philadelphia leading Pittsburgh 3-1 after 7 1/2. In the bottom of the 8th, Pittsburgh coming to bat. The Mets 4-3 over Montreal after 7.
They're going to give Baines a single, and then an error on Ron Jackson. Thus the RBI for Baines. So if you're keeping score, be sure to chalk up a single for Baines on that grounder. Off the end of the bat, a little looping liner goes right to Ron Jackson, the first baseman. Well, another inning of a great interest and a successful frame again for the White Sox as they bat around. They bat around here in the fourth and score 3 unearned runs. 4 runs in all on a total of 3 hits. There were 2 Angel errors and 2 runners left. It's been something after 4. 9-0 White Sox.
For any part to fit your car, drive real smooth to get really far. Place the note to go for more. It's the one-stop two-shop Blue Star Auto Store. Blue Star for your car. Blue Star Auto Store.
Right now at Blue Star, you can get performance that pays with Peak Antifreeze. And right now is the perfect time for Peak to protect your car from summer boil-over. And prepare yourself for the winter ahead. Because Peak Antifreeze will rebate you $2 for 2 gallons. Peak has been tested by the pros to guarantee your cars get up and go. Plus, Blue Star has discounted the famous Castrol motor oil. 10W40 or 20W50 to only 89 cents a quart. So get Peak performance from your car while you cash in on discounts at Blue Star.
There's 7 Blue Stars near you, like 2001 South State and in Gary, 1281 Broadway. Graph Expo 83 is Graph Extraordinary. It's the biggest annual U.S. printing equipment and supplies trade show ever, and it starts this Sunday at Chicago's McCormick Place. Graph Expo is Graph Exciting. It's more than 475 exhibitors, from the biggest, fastest presses to the latest inks, everything the graphic arts pro needs to do better business. Graph Expo 83 is a Graph extravaganza. It's the graphic arts show of the year. Sunday, 11 a.m. to 4, Monday and Tuesday, 9 until 7, and Wednesday from 9 to 4. Don't miss it.
Before the 5th inning unfolds here at Comiskey Park with the White Sox leading by 9, let's pause for station identification. This is the White Sox Radio Network.
This is WMAQ Chicago.
67 WMAQ Chicago White Sox.
Perfect night for baseball. Big crowd. A lead of 14 and a half games for the Sox over the Royals. Another punishing offensive show tonight. And Britt Burns is perfect through 4. Doug DeCinces with 12 RBIs in the last 8 games leads off. Boy, tough to drive in runs when you don't have anybody on in front of you. Burns offers a fastball, ball 1. DeCinces, Ron Jackson, and Clark here in the Angels' 5th. The closest the Angels have come to a hit or a base runner was last inning. Gary Pettis, a leadoff grounder in the hole to the left side, thrown out by Fletcher. A ball, 2-0. Burns has struck out 4. He winds and fires. And a great fastball on the outside corner, strike called, 2-1. DeCinces with 18 home runs, 59 RBIs. Right-handed batter out of a closed stance. He looks at a curve, and it's just high, 3-1. He was tempted. DeCinces had the tremendous year last year with 30 home runs. Here it comes. Fastball hit in the air high to right field. Baines wandering under it, and he makes the catch. 1 out. And Britt Burns has retired the first 13 Angel batters to face him here tonight. Well, among this crowd, a group from the Cook County Sheriff's Department, the gang from the Cruz Boiler and Repair Company, and also some Sox fans on hand from the Illinois College of Optometry. And we welcome them all to Comiskey Park. Right-handed hitting Ron Jackson. Takes a curve low and inside. Ball 1. Ron back with the Angels after a tour of duty with the Twins and the Tigers. Looking out at Burns, who's ready to go. And he delivers. Fastball fouled out of play on the roof to the right side. A ball and a strike.
Kenneth anybody who's going to pull Britt Burns, you look for it to be somebody like Ron Jackson. Unless, of course, they jump on a breaking pitch. However, Burns is throwing his breaking pitches pretty hard tonight, including the forkball.
High fastball fouled off to the right, out of play. Burns ahead, 1-2. Well, Ron Jackson has been tough on White Sox pitching this year. He is 10 for 19. He's ready, and here's the pitch from Burns. Fastball, chopped towards third. It'll go foul, and it remains 1-2. Bobby Clark on deck. Nobody on, 1 out. Angels fifth. They trail 9-0.
And the reason I say that he has a better chance of pulling Britt Burns than most of the other guys because he got a very compact, very short swing.
Strike called. Fastball knee high on the outside corner. And I can't count the number of times that Burns has hit that perfect spot tonight against the right-handed hitting Angels. Strikeouts for the young man from Alabama. Britt Burns. He's got the sign from Fisk, ready to face Bobby Clark, and the first pitch, an inside corner strike. A fastball again.
There was a good chance to pull one if he could get the batter right. Oh, he's smoking it.
Again, a fastball foul back, and he is just making it look easy. 2 strikes on Bobby Clark.
Burns is working a little faster tonight. Could it be that he's a little anxious? Wants to get that ball up there, the way he's throwing, getting them out. He wants to work fast.
He certainly has a big dose of confidence in that back pocket. Here's a curve fouled back. And I'll tell you something on that one. Clark was just sort of on his tiptoes, feebly waving at it, trying to protect the strike zone. 2 strikes. Of course, 9 runs in the other pocket for Britt Burns. Shouldn't hinder his confidence at all. Burns is ready. The pitch on the way. Swing and a miss on a high fastball. Burns is perfect through 5 innings. He has struck out 4 of the last 5 Angel hitters. And on we go to the bottom of the 5th. The Sox lead it 9-0.
I teach my Olympic wrestlers 3 things: position, pressure, and concentration.
Budweiser, proud sponsor of the 1984 U.S. Olympic team, salutes America's Olympic coaches, the team behind the team.
I tell them to get position, you got to set your stance, concentrate on your opponent's motion. You've got to pressure. Then, when you know the time is right, you attack. Because at this level, everyone knows his stuff. So to win, you got to get there first.
The Olympics take teamwork, and Budweiser is proud to be part of that team.
This one's for you, for all you do.
Believe me, by the time my guys reach L.A., they'll be ready.
This Bud's for you, and I look forward to St. Louis, Missouri.
Well, they're rocking and rolling here tonight at Comiskey Park. Rhubarb out in right field, Ribby in left field, leading the cheers. And this huge crowd has had plenty to cheer about.
They have a noise meter here now, and they had it up on the vision box out in center field on the scoreboard, and it reached as high as 7.5. And that is loud out of a possible 10. You can only get louder with the fireworks, I believe.
Scott Fletcher led off the 4th with a ground ball that went through the legs of Doug DeCinces. Here he is to lead off the 5th, and he takes strike 1 from Doug Corbett. Corbett came on in the 3rd inning for starter Tommy John, and things haven't gone any better for Corbett than they did for John. Fletcher, the Ohio native, ready. The pitch to him. is away, checks his swing. The ball hits the bat, goes to the backstop. 0-2. Fletcher, Julio Cruz, and Rudy Long here in inning 5. White Sox, 9 runs, 9 hits, no errors. They've left 4. The Angels, no runs, no hits, 2 errors, nobody left. They have not had a base runner. Sidearm sweeping slider outside, 1-2. Sox slowly but surely whittling down that magic number. Here's a check swing foul at the plate. 1-2 on Fletcher. The Royals tonight in the bottom of the 5th at the Metrodome, trailing the Minnesota Twins 5-4. Win here for the Sox, a loss for the Royals. The magic number would be 7. Corbin deals, high and away, 2-2. Thrill of clinching a division title is not too far down the road now. Fletcher takes a cut at the 2-2 pitch, taps it foul, loses the bat. Ken Kaiser might have gotten hit either by the ball or the bat, and the big plate umpire hobbled around out of the grass back at home plate.
Fletcher took a full swing and come around and lost the bat back behind him, and the bat got him on the knee, outside the shin guard, on the side. Come in, got him from the side, and that hurt. And Snyder from the Sox has come out to Ken Kaiser out just a little bit. To give him a little sympathy, I guess, is about all he's going to be able to do right now, unless he puts some of that ethyl chloride on there to freeze it. He's hopping. He's hurt bad, Ken. Or he's fielded it. He's not a broken leg or anything, but he certainly knows he's been hit.
First base umpire, Larry Barnett, who recently here in this park caught one in the ankle-foot area himself, umpiring behind the plate, comes in to give some sympathy and do some inquiring with Kaiser. Now goes back to take his position at first base. Scott Fletcher leading off the 5th. The 2-2 count. Corbin has the sign, the windup, and the pitch. Inside with a fastball. Full count. Fletcher grounds one in the hole left side off the glove of the sensei. Goes to Schofield. He throws the first out in time. The ball gets by Ron Jackson. Goes into the photographer's well near the dugout. And Fletcher will go to second base. That'll be a base hit. And charge an error to rookie shortstop Dick Schofield. 3 errors tonight against the Angels. They committed 2 last night.
Well, the young fellow Schofield's having a little bit of a rough time. He makes a good play, though. Goes back on the edge of the grass and has to throw with 1 foot on the grass and very deep shortstop. Then he makes the bad throw.
15 errors by the visitors in the first 5 games of this homestand. As if the White Sox needed help. Julio Cruz, 1 for 2, doubled his last trip, trying to pick up Fletcher. Takes a sinker, outside, ball 1. The accolades for Julio Cruz are many here in this 83 season. The acquisition from the Mariners, he's a good one. He cuts and misses, 1-1.
Yeah, that acquisition looks pretty good right now, don't it? There was a lot of controversy about it when it was first made, but I think everybody felt that Julio would eventually steal the hearts of quite a few fans, and he did it gradually, Ken. He didn't try to come on like gangbusters, just start playing steady, and he had his ups and downs for a little bit.
There's a strike, 1-2.
But if you watch him play day in and day out, the way he hustles, the way he runs, and the way he tries to help the ball club, he'll try to pull the ball to the right in situations like this in a close ball game so the guy can advance over to third base, get in scoring position, and the jumping plays he's made, of course, you've seen more than I have. And you know what a good ball player he is.
Well, he's an outstanding ball player, and he's very colorful, as the fans have found out. And he's the first to admit he puts a little mustard on those plays.
Yeah, you have trouble keeping him on the ground sometimes, though. He wants to go airborne.
Fletcher at second, nobody out. The pitch to Julio, and he slugs it on the ground, foul off to the right. A ball, 2 strikes.
There you are right there. He's trying to pull, and he usually goes to left field. He's a better hitter left-handed going to left field. But even with a 9-run lead, he's trying to go to right, pull the ball so Scott Fletcher can get into scoring position. Not that he's not going for a base hit. He'd like to drive in the run.
Julio hitting 243 up there left-handed, takes a pitch, and it misses low and tight. 2-2.
Boy, here's something. 25 batters came to bat in 4 innings of play, the first 4 innings of play. 25 Sox batters came to bat.
White Sox, 9 runs on 10 hits. John issued a wild pitch. Corbett has hit a batter. Sinker outside. Full count on Julio Cruz. John walked 1. Corbett has walked 1 intentionally. And throw in the 3 Angel errors. And you've got a good picture of the story that's unfolding here tonight at Comiskey Park. And of course, Britt Burns. He's perfect through 5. Payoff pitch, cut on and missed, and Julio is out number 1. For Corbett, that's strikeout number 3. That'll bring up Rudy Law. He's 0 for 3 without getting the ball out of the infield and looking for his first hit of the series. He went 0 for 4 last night. White Sox, 3 in the first, 2 in the third, 4 runs in the fourth. The check of Fletcher, the pitch from Corbett, a strike on the inside corner. In case you joined us late, drama in the first inning. A first for the White Sox. 3 home runs in a row. Fisk, Pashoric, and Luzinski off Tommy John. Sinker, bounce to the right side, big hop for Lebranich to throw to first in time. Over to third goes Scott Fletcher. Rudy Law has gone 4-3 for the second out, and it'll bring up Carlton Fisk. He hit his 25th home run of the year in the first inning off the facade of the second deck and left. Walked and scored in the third, was intentionally passed in the fourth, and came home to score. Fisk has scored 3 times, and Pashoric, who moves into the on-deck circle, has scored 3 runs, a home run, a single, hit by a pitch, and Pashoric with 3 RBIs tonight. What a show by the White Sox. Working from the windup, Corbett. The first pitch at the knees, strike 1 and Fletch Fisk. Fletcher leads from third with 2 outs. Bottom of the 5th inning. And the pitch on the way, and there's no pitch as Fisk calls time and steps out before Corbett delivers. Corbett spent 5 years languishing in the minor leagues before he got a chance with Minnesota in 1980. Then their MVP in 81, traded to the Angels last year, and he's had all sorts of problems the last 2 seasons. There's a grounder, and right at the plate, hops up and crunches into the left leg of Fisk, and he hobbles out of the batter's box. 2 strikes on Fisk. Carlton just kind of walking off the herd of it. Corbett. He throws a curve, swung on and missed. Fisk is out, and so are the White Sox. No runs.
think anyone running their own business today is asking for trouble.
They told me my cerebral soundness was definitely doubtful.
With so many financial options, you need a bank that makes sound recommendations.
They told me the upward trend of the downslide curve was indubitably indicative.
And understands your special needs.
They told me my comprehensive computations didn't fit their formulations.
At the Lane Banks, we don't think you need a lot of financial double talk.
They told me the ramifications of my financial situation were indeterminate at best.
We think you need help.
I need help.
At the Lane Banks, we believe in business, and we back that belief with total assets of over $1.5 billion and a combined per loan limit of over $10 million, plus the people and the know-how you need.
I need the Lane Banks.
Call 1-800-572-3337 to arrange for a Lane business banker to analyze your company's banking needs. The Lane Banks include Pioneer, Northbrook, Lakeview, and Northwest National Bank. If you need a bank that believes in business, you need the Lane Banks.
Didn't I just say that?
You just said that.
Oh, I thought so.
Members FDIC, Equal Opportunity Lenders.
Let's see, 12 typewriters across this.
You've invested a lot in the tools of your trade.
2 word processors.
You want them to pay off.
3 copiers.
You want to keep them busy.
6 phone lines that belong in this county.
That's why you also invest in the Yellow Pages, where your ad is on the job in homes and businesses.
Executive chairs, brown leather with brass.
The Bell System Yellow Pages. It's the small investment that keeps your big investments paying off.
Hope you'll be out often now for the final 9 home games, including tomorrow night and again Sunday night at 5:55 to wrap up the series and the homestand. And of course, if you can't be at the ballpark in person, you can always get the game at home on Sports Vision. Sports Vision, the full action package of pro and amateur sports. Not only are the White Sox on Sports Vision, but also the Blackhawks, the Bulls, and the Sting. They're all games you can't get anywhere else. You don't want to miss out. Order Sports Vision right away. You can call on TV at 699-6688 or call your local cable company. Sports Vision, the only game in town for Chicago sports. Dick Schofield, Angel shortstop in his second big league game. He's 0 for 3. First pitch from Birds, high, ball 1. Birds has retired the side in order in all 5 innings tonight. That's right, there hasn't been an Angel on base yet. The next pitch, swung on and missed. 1-1. Birds has exceptional control, and he has super velocity. Schofield, right-handed hitter, feet close together, slightly closed stance. And the curve comes in on the hands, and he fouls it back to the screen. 1-2.
That foul tip was probably a moral victory for young Dick Schofield, a rookie. He got great stats on this young fella. He's supposed to be a real comer here before too long.
Burns pitch. High, a fastball, 2-2. Burns with a half-dozen strikeouts. In fact, he has struck out 4 of the last 5 California batters. He's ready. Fritz 2-2 pitch on the way. Popped up. To the right of the plate, foul territory. Paciorek, the first baseman, wants it, and he makes the catch. 16 in a row retired to start the game by Britt Burns. Bring up the 8th hitter in the Angels' order, Steve Lebranich, their second baseman. He struck out in the 3rd. First pitch to the right-handed hitter, and he slaps it out of play off to the right down the line. The Angels have gotten the ball out of the infield a half-dozen times. Hit the ball sharply since the second inning. High fastball, 1-1. The closest the Angels have come to a hit in the 4th. Their leadoff man, Gary Pettis, batting first, robbed of a hit on a fine play in the hole by shortstop Scott Fletcher. In the backhand, the ball thrown to first to just nip the fleet-footed Pettis. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Foul to the screen, 1-2. That time, Lebranich got a fastball up. He thought he was going to get it, Gus, but he just barely made contact.
Yeah, anytime a fastball comes in off of a guy like Burns and it's up, you're going to see a right-hand batter. They're going to jump at it.
Here's a breaking ball foul back. Still 1-2.
There was one ball hit to right field, a line drive that Harold Baines made a good catch on to save a hit, running in, low and just about knee-high, and I believe that was in the second inning off Ron Jackson. Of course, the first one that was well hit was Mike Brown in the first inning for the third out. Line shot, Harold Baines went back and caught.
Here's the 1-2 delivery. Foul back again.
Ken Kaiser, the home plate umpire, having asked for use of foul balls. They're fouling them off pretty fast.
The Angels, on paper, an awesome team. Reggie Jackson in '83 has had a dismal year, and there have been all sorts of injuries. Here it comes. Fastball back to the netting again. Still 1-2. Downing out for a while. Rich, of course, out now. DeCinces missing a couple months with a bad back. Rick Burleson, the shoulder miseries. And the list goes on and on. The windup and the pitch. Bounding ball to Fletcher. He has to wait on it. He gloves, throws, in time. That's the second out in the Angels' sixth inning. California has not had a base runner. And the White Sox lead it 9-0. Four ground balls to shortstop Scott Fletcher tonight. They have been the only ground balls the Angels have hit. Here's Mike O'Berry, a member of the 1980 Cubs. He flied to Rudy Law in right center in the third. There's number 3 in the back of his traveling Angel gray uniform. He smokes a fly foul off to the right. That'll sail into the second deck. 1 strike. Brett Burns, the 1980 Sporting News American League Rookie Pitcher of the Year. Trying to notch his 9th win of the year. He won 13 last year. High fastball, 1-1. In the Angels' 6th inning, 9-0 Sox. This one is inside. 2 balls, a strike on O'Berry.
I believe that Brett Burns trying to turn on a little extra smoke right now. The first pitch, or the second pitch at least it was, he comes straight over the top, didn't bend his elbow hardly at all.
Fastball, strike call in the outside corner, and O'Berry decides to take a walk. 2-2.
Now, he did that time, and the last 2 pitches, he's bent that elbow a little bit, and that gives him just a little bit extra without him trying to go for it. That was just as good a pitch as the other one was a bad pitch. Beautiful pitch by Burns.
O'Berry back in. The windup by Brett Burns. The 2-2 pitch. Strike 3 ball. Burns has been incredible. He has a perfect game through 6 innings. He's retired the first 18 Angel hitters and struck out 7. Don't go away after 5 1/2. 9-0 White Sox.
I recently saw where a Honda Civic ran the Indy 581. Must be a mistake. So I called Honda. No, it was official, they said. The U.S. Auto Club drove 3 1983 Honda Civic 1300 FE hatchbacks around the Indianapolis Motor Speedway until they ran out of gas. They ran 578 and 581 and 604 miles. The EPA went even farther, I was told. They made the Civic FE the best gasoline mileage car in America. EPA estimated 46 miles per gallon and 59 highway. Use 46 for comparison only. And you can expect actual highway mileage to be less. But it was no mistake. The Honda Civic ran the Indy 581. The Indy 581? Kind of grows on you.
We make it simple. The White Sox WMAQ. For the start, you can trust your car. Reach for the start to the products with the star. Reach for the start, the big bright Texaco Star.
Get Texaco Premium Unleaded with ethanol for your car. Its higher octane helps knock out engine knocks with a 92 octane punch. Knock out the knocks with Texaco Premium Unleaded with ethanol.
Reach for the stars, the big bright Texaco stars. Reach for the stars.
The California Angels have changed pitchers again. This is the third pitcher. Doug Corbett is out of the ball game. Pitched 2 2/3 inning, gave up 5 hits and 4 runs. Didn't walk anyone. He struck out 4, and he hit a batter. Coming in to pitch is right-hand pitcher Kurt Brown. And I don't imagine this is exactly what Brown had in mind coming to the major leagues. He's already got a big earned run average. And coming in here tonight to face these White Sox after the way they're hitting and getting runs, he has won 1 game and lost 1. That earned run average I'm talking about is 7.07. Brown has been in 9 ball games, pitched only 14 innings. Give up 19 hits and 11 runs, all of them earned. He has given up 1 home run, walked 4 batters, struck out 6, and he's made 1 wild pitch.
Well, certainly not an easy part of the lineup for Kurt Brown, the Southern Florida native, to face. 3, 4, and 5 hitters, Pashorek, Luzinski, and Kittle. Pashorek, 3 runs scored, 3 RBIs, and he fouls the first pitch back of the plate, 1 strike.
Avery has one consolation thought that, well, maybe they're tired of hitting now, maybe they're not going to get any more.
Worn out.
So you got to look on the bright side, especially if you're on that mound and in a ball game like this, trailing 9-0.
The right-hander sails one up. It's a strike in the outside corner. Boy, you can see how Kurt Brown could be tough on right-handed hitters. He comes sidearm, wheels that body around from third base. Bottom of the 6th inning, 9-0 White Sox. Here's a check swing tapper, slow roller to short. Schofield has to hurry, gloves, throws, 1 hopper, wild, into the dugout. Pashorek will go to second base. It'll be a single for Pashorek. He is 3 for 3. He's been aboard 4 straight times tonight, and it's the head down for the 20-year-old at shortstop, Dick Schofield.
Well, the young fella is really having a tough night of it. On that one, it was a check swing ball into that heavy grass and was very slow. Schofield knew he had to go hard. He did, picked it up, and made an awkward throw over the top while running full speed. Tom Pashorek has been on 4 times. As Ken said, he has scored 3 times. And he's on there now, the leadoff man, and he's on second base in scoring position, the bull at bat.
Luzinski 3 for 3, a home run, 2 RBIs, and the breaking pitch sweeps wide. Ball 1. Kurt Brown not overpowering. He's a controlled pitcher. He's in his 5th pro season, the first year he's gotten to the big leagues. Check of the runner, and he deals. Here's a fly ball, shallow right off the bat of Luzinski. Long run for Clark. Now the second baseman out. Labradich makes the catch. And Pashorek holds at second base. Well, they get Luzinski finally. That's 1 out. Well, the big first inning got the Sox charged up tonight. 3 runs on consecutive homers from Fisk, Pashorek, and Luzinski. Kittle would like to join the party. He rips a liner up the middle. That's a base hit to center field. Then it charges. Pashorek rounds third, heading for the plate. The throw, the slide, and the throw is not in time. Pashorek scores. Kittle has his 2nd RBI of the night, and the White Sox lead is 10-0. Oh, Pettis made a strong throw to make the play close at the plate.
Yeah, he took a couple of extra steps, though, running in. Of course, he was running full speed, fast as Tom Pashorek was. But he gave Pashorek 2 more steps towards home plate, and that was enough for him to be saved. So Kittle hits this one harder than he did back in the 3rd inning. A line drive into center field. The other one was off the end of the bat.
Kittle with a 10-game hitting streak. There's a bounder off the bat of Baines. Back a second. Schofield fields, throws down. Not in time. He falls and throws in one motion. And safe is Baines with a single. Kittle goes to second base. Big bounder, and Schofield already committing 2 errors. Ranging wide, going to the second base side of the bag. Fields it and then falls down. And as he falls, he throws with nothing on it.
Well, he thought he had ideas about tagging Ron Kittle as he come by, trying to stop too fast in that loose infield dirt, or going to toss to the second baseman backward, and that time he goes on his back. Then he tries to throw from the side of the head while lying flat of his back. Got exactly nothing on the throw to first base, and Baines beats it out.
Runners at first and second. A run in. Vance Law, the batter. First pitch to Vance Law, ball one from Kurt Brown, the third pitcher that John McNamara has used tonight.
Young Schofield getting a lot of experience tonight. A lot of it bad, though.
10-0 in the sixth inning. All White Sox, and here's a blast, but it'll go foul down the right field line. A ball and a strike. Roy Pashori, 3 hits, hit by a pitch, has scored 4 of the 10 runs, has 3 RBIs, and an 8-game hitting streak. He led off the inning with an infield hit. He has scored. Kittle at second, Baines at first, only 1 out. The Angels looking for a double play ball. And Vance fouls it back into the crowd, and a nice catch by a fan. 1-2. You know, we talked about the Fisk, Pashoric, and Luzinski first inning home runs back-to-back. And everyone comparing the home run prowess of the 83 White Sox with the record home run year in 77 with Richie Zisk hitting 30, Oscar Gamble 31, and Eric Soderholm 25 home runs. Well, a couple of those records from 77 have been matched now by the 83 Sox. The set by Kurt Brown. He deals way outside, 2-2. Luzinski now with 29 homers to go with Kittle's 32. The pair with 61 four-baggers. That equals the team's two-man season record set in 77. There's a ground ball. Kittle round third, heading for the plate. Mike Brown throw, not in time. The White Sox score another run, and it is 11-0. And the White Sox just keep on tattooing the baseball. They can do no wrong. Vance Law, his first hit. He has a 7-game hitting streak, and that's his 38th RBI.
Well, like I said earlier, Ken, maybe we ought to start the playoffs tomorrow. You think we can get a vote on that and get it done?
This would be about the opening of the World Series, wouldn't it, if it would have all started postseason play the 1st of September instead of the 1st of October?
Yes, sir.
Scott Fletcher digs in against Kurt Brown. 11 runs, 14 hits for the Sox. First pitch from Brown, a check swing foul at the plate. Still only 1 out here in the 6th inning. 2 in this frame.
Must be very frustrating to the California Angels, though. Playing as good a ball as they were the first part of the season, then all at once have everything go wrong, and then come in and take, a crushing like this tonight, and there's been more than one of them.
Inside, 1-1. So Luzinski and Kittle, 61 home runs, 61 homers to equal the two-man team season record set by Zisk and Gamble in 77. Sidearm pitch, outside, 2-1. Luzinski, Kittle, and Fisk now have 86 homers between them. And that ties that trio with Zisk, Gamble, and Soderholm, who set the 3-man record in 77. Bounding ball left side, top play. Schofield backhands wheel, throws the second to get the force out on a sliding Vance Law. And that was a pretty play by the rookie shortstop, Dick Schofield. Baines goes to third. Safe at first is Scott Fletcher. That'll bring up Julio Cruz with runners on the corners. And 2 outs in the 6th inning. 11-0 White Sox. Kurt Brown dishes it up. It's a strike. If you think you ought to forget about this game because the Sox have the commanding 11-0 lead, let us remind you the Angels, through 6 innings, have not had a base runner. There's a strike. 0-2 on the cruiser. Burns in the 7th will be facing the top of the California order. Julio takes, and it's low, 1-2. Tommy John, Doug Corbett, and now now Kurt Brown on the hill for California. He misses wide, 2-2. Brown at Edmonton in 40 games. All out of the bullpen was 3 and 4 with an earned run average of just over 4. Here's a tapper by Cruz over the mound. Glove near the bag at second by Labradich. He touches the bag in front of Scott Fletcher to end the inning. But another big frame here in the sixth for the White Sox. They scored 2 earned runs on 4 hits. There was 1 Angel error, and the Sox in the inning leave a couple. So it's on to the 7th. The White Sox 11th. The Angels no score.
When our kids were ready for college, we needed to...
to General Finance and applied for a home equity loan. We got an okay the next day, and the loan was completed just a few days after that.
If your home is worth more than your mortgage, you've got equity that you may be able to turn into cash with a General Finance home equity loan.
We got our college money through General Finance. No hidden charges. We knew exactly what our loan would cost.
The mortgage on our house and its low interest rate wasn't involved.
Our General Finance manager explained several different payment plans, and we picked the one that worked best for our budget.
With satisfied customers all over the country, you know that General Finance can help you with a home equity loan. Borrow $5,000, $15,000, $20,000 or more for your kid's education, a summer home, an investment. Use it any way you want.
Our son is going to Missouri, and our daughter to Michigan.
The kids are out of the house, thanks to General Finance.
Call General Finance for a large home equity loan up to $50,000 or for a smaller consumer loan. See the white pages for the office nearest you.
Talk baseball with Pearsall after the game on WMAQ.
With early win, this is Ken Wilson. What a story tonight. 11 runs already for the White Sox as the 7th inning is about to begin. And Britt Burns has not allowed a base runner through 6. So sit back and grab on to anything tight and close because we got quite a story unfolding. To tell you about the 7th, here's early win.
Thank you, Ken, and what a game Britt Burns is pitching tonight. I'll tell you, he's just about done it all. Gary Pettis will come to bat. He's 0 for 2, and he fouls this one off on the right-hand side, and the count goes to 0-1 on Pettis. He's grounded out to the shortstop twice. Was able to pull the ball, but it beat it into the dirt, and that's something that some of the old-timers haven't been able to do tonight, is pull the ball off Britt Burns. The pitch, a good forkball on the outside corner of the plate, and the count is 0-2 on Gary Pettis. Burns has retired the first 18 batters to face him. The guy has the count 0-2 on the right-hand batter. Infield playing back, outfield playing straight away on Pettis. There's a pop one down to the right side. That's going to be out of play and into the box seat down beyond the California Angels dugout. We have had some exuberant friends tonight. These fans have really been a little bit noisy at times. They put them on a meter, one of the noise meters earlier, and it went up to 7.5. Looked like it was going to creep over word 8. The pitch by Burns is swung on, and he struck him out. An 8th strikeout for Burns, and the 19th consecutive batter in a row. So this will bring up one of the league's top hitters. Always in the top. Rod Carew came in batting .353. He's 0 for 2. Fly ball in the left field his first time up. Ron Kittle making a running catch coming in. And then last time up, he took a third call strike. Batting with a wide open batting set. The pitch is a breaking pitch into the dirt that bounces off to the right-hand side behind home plate. So it's 1-0 on Rod Carew, batting .352. He's only dropped 1 point with those 2 times at bat. Julio Cruz playing back on the edge of the grass for Carew. Rudy Law going over to the left side of center field by about 10 steps. Carew goes to the left side the biggest part of the time. He can pull, but he'd rather go the other way. Vance Law is creeping in. Pitch is just inside for another ball. Now Burns is behind 2 balls and no strikes. Carew jumps up. The 2-0 pitch. He fouls it off onto the screen. Count goes to 2-1 with one away. I would have to say that Burns has just about the same identical stuff that he had in New York, Ken, and that was terrific stuff. Everything working for him. Getting the ball over the plate, not walking anybody. He has a sign from Carlin Fisk. He winds and he fires. Carew swings. He can't get around on it. Fouls it off on the left side. On the out the handle.
You know, there haven't been many better hitters in the history of this game than Rod Carew, and you saw him in his days in Minnesota. We've seen him with the Angels, and he's doing everything he can just to get a piece of these pitches.
It's an even count. 2 balls and 2 strikes on Rod Carew. The pitch. Burns fires it, swung on. It is fouled off down the left side. Count remains 2-2. Carew waving the bat slowly, measuring Britt Burns. Infield is still back. Squires is back at first base. The pitch, a side of harm pitch. He covered half by first base. That's a little bit. Got it inside to Carew, and he had to back out. However, the count goes to 3 balls, 2 strikes with 1 away. Burns was trying to cheat a little bit there. It ought to be a law against left-handers coming to sidearm to a left-hand batter, but not guys like Rod Carew. Wait, and he misses. He struck him out again. That is the 8th strikeout, the 9th strikeout for Britt Burns, and also the 20th batter consecutive. Got him swinging, and when you strike out Rod Carew swinging, you've done a pretty good day's work.
Did he go for a pitch out of the strike zone? Let her high, might have been inside.
The 9th strikeout ties Britt Burns' record for the year of 9 strikeouts. Anything from here on out is frosting on decay. A swing and a foul tip going up on the roof. The batter is the left fielder, Mike Brown. He's 0 for 2 also. Hit a line drive the first time up in the first inning that Harold Baines running back and caught, and then Burns struck him out in the 4th inning. Mike Brown batting 196. Count is 0-1. Burns winds and he fires. He gets a fastball inside. 1-1. On Saturday, September the 17th, the Seattle Mariners are in town. United Airlines, the folks who fly the friendly skies, will sponsor White Sox Ski Cap Night. The first 7,500 kids 14 and under receiving a free White Sox ski cap. Call Ticketmaster 559-1212 and use your charge card. Pitches outside to Brown. 2 balls and a strike with 2 away. The fans thought that was a strike. They're booing the umpire, Kidden Kaiser, who's calling the pitches behind home plate. However, I think that Kaiser has done a great job calling balls and strikes tonight. Burns has a sign from Carlin Fisk. There is going to be the first base hit. A line drive out to right center. And Rudy Law comes in and takes it on the first hop. So, after the time, 20 batters in a row. I believe that's the record for White Sox pitcher this year. I do not know yet. Mike Brown gets a base hit into center field. The California Angels have their first base runner.
Boy, is this something to see, this full house on its feet to a person. The pitch was waist high away, and the youngster Mike Brown comes through. Fisk is going to go out just to make sure that Britt Burns has all of his faculties in order now. Gonna remember, it's 11-0. We want to win. That's what we want to do. Keep doing what you've been doing. Boy, what a night this is at Comiskey Park.
I don't think he ought to get rattled with one hit.
Love to have about a 3-hitter, wouldn't you? A 3-hit shutout?
I'll take it every day, Kenny. He has pitched fantastic ball, and the fans gave him just what he deserved, a standing ovation. Well, the first base runner is on for the California Angels. It'll bring up Doug DeCinces as the third baseman, who is 0 for 2. Everybody's 0 for tonight. However, some of them are 0 for 3. Mike Brown has the only hit. He's on first base with 2 men away. Bouncer going down the left side. It is a foul ball. Vanslav tries to stab it barehanded, but he just knocks it down. 0-1 count on Doug DeCinces. He's batting .290. Burns struck him out in the second inning. Last time up in the 5th, he popped up to Harold Baines in right field. Infield playing very deep. 2 men away. Outfield playing straight away on the center. And the pitch is high, a fastball. That evens the count at 1 ball and 1 strike with 2 away.
Early, that ball game in New York is over now. The Yankees, on a 2-run 8th inning Greg Nettles homer, have beaten Baltimore 5-3.
The pitch by Burns. Swung on, and it's foul up down the first base side. If it comes down, he's out. Squires is going to get it. He's got it. That retires the side. But the no-hitter is gone. The perfect game is gone. They score no runs. They get a hit to leave a man on. After 6 1/2, the Sox lead it 11-0.
Some things speak for themselves.
He is the only White Sox batter batting .300 coming in this game tonight. He was batting .317. Takes the pitch. It's inside, a breaking pitch by the pitcher, Bert Brown. Also leads with 15 pinch hits. And a bouncer down the first base side. It is bobbled by Ron Jackson. And over to the side. The pitcher is covering, but Harrison beats it out. There's another error. It's an E3. Error on the first baseman. The Sox have the leadoff man on again.
Boy, you would have thought that 5-error game here on Labor Day by the A's would be tough to top when the White Sox won it 11-1, but the Angels come up with 5 errors in this one.
We have a pinch hitter for Carlton Fisk, and it's going to be Mark Hill, and he'll come in to catch. So the Sox using 2 pinch hitters here in a row. Jerry Harrison and Mark Hill coming in. He'll no doubt be the catcher. Swings on a breaking pitch. The pitch is inside to him. He misses. The count is 0-1. They wanted to give Carlton a little rest, but you wouldn't do it with a perfect game going and a no-hitter. Don't change horses in the middle of the stream on a game like that. Mark Hill swings and he fouls it off, coming back to the stand. 0-2. Mark is batting .227. Mark is swinging the bat much better this year than he ever has, than I remember. Batting practice, he's putting on the exhibition, hitting the ball out of the ballpark. He's hit some long ones in the ball game. Pulls this one to the left side, fouls it off. Still 0-2 with a runner on first base, Jerry Harrison. Mark is a big man, very strong. All he's got to do is make contact. He'll hit some home runs. Everybody's all set. The pitch swung on, a line drive to left field by Hill. The Sox continues to grind out base hits. Hit number 15 for the White Sox. 2 runners on and nobody away. It'll be Mike Squires stepping in for his first time at bat tonight. Mike Squires batting .207. 1 home run, 8 RBIs. That's from the left side. Squires, one of the best stealing first basemen in the league. Good base runner. And a very good and accurate arm. Pitch is swung on, pull off to the right side, it's foul. Even though there's no everybody away. The Angels are playing deep and spread out. Outfield playing straight away. Both the shortstop and the second baseman are just about a half a step from the edge of the grass. The outfield grass. Pitch is swung on by Squires. A hard hit ball into center field. Harrison thinks that it's going to be in there. He comes to third, round third. The ball is caught on a diving catch by the center fielder, Pettis. They go to second base for the double play. There's 2 away. Double play, 8-4. This falls for station identification. You're listening to the Chicago White Sox Radio Network.
Keep it right here for complete coverage of all the baseball races tomorrow morning on 67 WMAQ Chicago. Stay with the Sox and stay with WMAQ.
Greg Walker coming in to bat for Greg Lazinski. He'll be the designated hitter. Lazinski had a good night. 3 for 4. Last time up, popped up to the second baseman. Left-hand batter and a power hitter. Takes the first pitch just below the letters. Fastball for a call strike. Greg is batting .266 with 8 homers and 48 RBIs. Mark Hill on first base. The double play taking Hairston off at second base. Count is 1 ball and 1 strike on Walker. Young rookie has one of the better-looking swings in the league, especially for a young fella coming up his first year. Pitches outside, fastball. 2 balls and 1 strike. Pitch coming into it now. Line shot into center field. Another base hit right by the pitcher. Hill goes to second. Walker goes to first. 2 base runners on. Another hit for the Sox. Hit number 16.
Boy, it's lucky for the Angels, already trailing 11-0, that Pettis made that sensational diving shoestring catch on that liner off the bat of Squires. It looked like a base hit, or the White Sox would have more on the board here in the second.
So Kittle will come in now. He'll stand in. He takes a hack at a high breaking pitch. He misses it, so at 1. Kittle has 2 for 4 tonight with 2 RBIs and a strikeout in the 4th inning. 2 runners on, 2 men away. Kittle's batting average is .261. A very weak cut at another curveball. That was high also. Now Kittle is behind Brown, 0-2. But Kittle has 32 homers for the year with 89 RBIs. Wide, breaking high curveball outside. Brings the count to 1 ball, 2 strikes. The outfield naturally plays deep on Kittle. Center fielder, I don't think, is far enough back. If he gets a hold of it, there won't be any use, no matter how far back you're playing anyhow. Takes a hack at this one, fouls it off to the left side, beats it into the dirt. Still a 1-2 count. In case you forgot, the Sox got 3 runs in the first. 3 back-to-back home runs. Got 2 runs in the third. Got 4 runs in the fourth. 2 runs in the sixth. Have 2 runners on here in the bottom of the 7th with 2 men away. They lead in the ballgame 11-0 on 16 hits. Kittle checks his swing. The pitch is outside. Another curveball. Kurt Brown has thrown Kittle nothing but curveballs so far this time. He's all set. And another curveball. Kittle swings and he misses. He strikes him out. That retires the White Sox. However, they got a couple of hits. A double play was made. No runs. 2 men are left on base. Played 7 complete innings. The Sox 11 and California nothing.
Central Tire keeps you on the road. Central Tire has brand names you know. For a great grip and a fit that's sound, at Central Tire we're always around.
At Central Tire in Chicago and Cicero, get the best steel-belted radial tire B.F. Goodrich makes at its lowest price ever. The XLM HT is the all-season tire that provides excellent traction in both winter and summer, on wet or dry roads. A polyester cord body and 2 full steel belts give you a smooth, quiet ride and long-lasting performance. The XLM HT radial delivers outstanding handling and fuel savings. Get the B.F. Goodrich XLM HT radial tire now through September 30th at its lowest price ever. Get it at all 5 Central Tire locations and see how BFG's best just got better.
Central Tire. We're always around. Central Tire.
Central Tire with 5 B.F. Goodrich locations, including Roosevelt, near Austin and Cicero, and 728 South Clinton in downtown Chicago.
Dubzinski has come in to play short, and Aurelio Rodriguez, Ken's pregame guest, has gone in to play third base. Mark Hill is in now catching. The leadoff batter here in the top of the eighth will be Ron Jackson, the first base for the California Angels. He's 0 for 2 tonight, and stepping up to the mic, here's Kenny.
Thank you very much, early win. Ron Jackson, one of 14 children of the Jackson family of Birmingham, Alabama. So two Birmingham products facing each other here with Britt Burns on the mound. Burns has authored a one-hit shutout going into the eighth, and he fires a fastball that's foul to the screen. One strike. Ron Jackson, Bobby Clark, and Dick Schofield here in the eighth inning for California. They trail it 11-0. The Angels have been out-hit 16-1. That's a season high for the Sox, 16 hits. High fastball, 1-1. Third time this year that's been accomplished. Burns trying for his 5th complete game, his 9th victory, as the White Sox try to make it 5 in a row overall and 11 straight wins here at Comiskey Park. Swing and a miss at a letter high off-speed pitch. Burns has changed speeds well tonight, along with his fantastic control. He's been throwing the forkball from time to time, and he's had that well under control.
I can't believe Ron Jackson was looking for a let-up pitch there, but he certainly wasn't expecting it.
2-2 as this one misses high and outside.
He was way out in front. Swung so hard, held back as long as he could. He has a short stroke, though. He doesn't have that real, what you call free swinger type swing.
24-year-old Britt Burns winds and heaves it up there. That's the forkball low and inside. A full count on Ron Jackson, the Angels' first baseman. Angel errors tonight. This one bends inside, and the check swing by Ron Jackson enables him to go to first with the first walk allowed by Burns, who has struck out 9. Boy, congratulations to the Sox top farm team, the Denver Bears, tonight. They beat Louisville in Louisville 9-4. To lead that series 3 victories to none. First pitch is a blazing fastball. Strike one called on Bobby Clark. Clark is grounded to short and struck out. Right-handed hitting Angel outfielder. Squires plays behind Ron Jackson at first. Swing and a miss on a breaking pitch. 0-2. It's been all White Sox. 3 runs in the first, 2 in the third, 4 more in the fourth, 2 runs in the 6th inning. 11-0. Inside fastball, 1-2. Give you the defense again here in the 8th. Kittle in left, Hairston in center, Baines in right. The infield third to first, Rodriguez, Dubzinski, Fletcher, and Squires. Burns and Hill, the battery. The set and the pitch. Here's a fly ball crunched to right, deep. Baines back at the warning track. He's got it. And back to first goes Ron Jackson, and Bobby Clark gives it a ride to right. 1 out.
That would have to be the longest drive tonight. I don't say it's the hardest hit ball, because I believe Brown probably hit the hardest ball, run Baines back to the warning track on the line drive. However, that one was high. Baines had to go back just about 2 steps farther on the warning track to pick it off than he did the one that Brown hit back in the first inning.
Here's Dick Schofield, who this year in the PCL at Edmonton hit .284 with 16 homers, 94 RBIs. He fouls it out of play. 1 strike. Schofield, wearing number 30. Made his major league debut here last night, went 0 for 2. He's 0 for 2 this evening. You're keeping score with us. Aurelio Rodriguez will bat in the number 7 spot in the Sox order, previously occupied by Vance Law. And Jerry Dubzinski will hit in the 9th spot. Julio Cruz batted in earlier. outfield steps out just as Burns is ready. One out, Ron Jackson able to get a huge lead at first with Squires playing back of it. Fastball high, 1-2. What a night Tom Pashorek had. 2 singles, a home run hit by a pitch, 4 runs scored, 3 RBIs. There's a fly to right, and Baines grabs it. Schofield is 0 for 5 in the big leagues. That's the second out here in the Angels' 8th inning, and it'll bring up the second baseman and 8th hitter, Steve Lebradich. He's 0 for 2. Yankee Stadium tonight, 47,221 turned out. Orioles, Yankees, McGregor, and Guidry both bidding for their 18th victory of the year. The Yankees won at 5-3. Guidry is 18-8. McGregor, the loser, 17-6. 3-3 tie, broken in the 8th. Greg Nettles, a 2-run homer, is 19th of the year. High fastball, ball 1 on Lebradich. Yanks out-hit the Orioles 11-7. Yanks 1 error, the Birds 2. Griffey, a 2-run homer for the Yanks. Renicky, a 2-run homer for the Orioles. Here's a fly, poked to right, fairly deep, gliding to his right and back. Baines to haul it in, and Lebradich is gone, and so are the Angels here in the 8th inning. A leadoff walk, that's it. A runner left, only the second strand of the night by California. After 7.5, the Angels trail the Sox 11-0.
Hey, guess who has the highest octanes for your car? Texaco, that's who. Hi, Bob Star Power Hope here. Now Texaco Star Power knocks out the knocks with the highest octanes you can get. Texaco Premium Unleaded with ethanol at 92 octane. New Super Regular with ethanol at 91 octane. Unleaded with ethanol at 89 octane. Get Texaco Star Power, the highest octanes you can get to help knock out the knocks in your car. Texaco Star Power for car power.
New pitcher for the Angels, their 4th of the game. Veteran southpaw Andy Hassler, the Tucson, Arizona product. Following Tommy John, who went 2 1/3, Doug Corbin, who worked 2 2/3, and Kurt Brown, who goes 2 innings, allows 2 runs on a half-dozen hits, doesn't walk anyone, and strikes out 1. Hassler here in the 8th, with the White Sox leading at 11-0, will face Harold Baines, Aurelio Rodriguez, and Scott Fletcher, the 6, 7, and 8 hitters. Baines is 2 for 4, 2 infield singles, has an RBI. Hassler, the southpaw, Baines, the left-handed hitter, batting .277. First pitch, breaking ball is cued off the end of the stick, foul, 1 strike. Barry calls time, wants to go out and chat with Hassler. Other finals besides the Yankees' 5-3 win over the Orioles. At Toronto tonight, Oakland, struggling, beat the Blue Jays 7-5. Steve McCanny got the win. He is 6-7. Chicago native Jim Clancy, a 14-game winner, lost for the 9th time. Next pitch, low, 1-1. Doubleheader up in Milwaukee. The first game went to the Brewers 2-1. Big blow of that game, Cecil Cooper's 2-run homer. Sidearm fastball sails low and away, 2-1. Haas won it. Ladd is 20th save. 18-game winner Jack Morris, the loser. And in the second game, the Tigers have scored in the 4th behind Glenn Abbott to lead Don Sutton and the Brewers 1-0. Sidearm again, a fastball fouled back into the upper deck. 2-2 on Baines, leading it off here in the 8th. At Cleveland, Boston slowed down the red-hot Indians 6-4. John Tudor got the win. Dave Stapleton and Dwight Evans hit home runs for Ralph Hobbs Club. Here's a liner, laced to left, down the line. It's a fair ball. It'll pound into the corner, off the wall below the 341 marker. Skips away from Mike Brown. He recovers, and into second is Harold Baines with his 3rd hit. And that's 17 hits tonight for the White Sox. That's a high for the season. Hassler threw just 1 too many of those sidearm fastballs, and Baines goes the opposite way for a double. Of the 17 hits, 5 have been for extra bases. Now Aurelio Rodriguez, a little tampler that'll trickle foul off to the left. 1 strike on Aurelio. Joining the club late in the year, Rodriguez will be eligible for postseason play. Talking with him on our pregame show, he kind of had an extra gleam when he talked about the Orioles, the club he spent most of the year with and then was recently released by, thinking that the Sox and the Birds just might tangle in the American League Championship Series. The Orioles' lead now in the East has been trimmed to 4 over the Yankees with that Yankee win tonight over the Baltimore at Yankee Stadium. Hassler's pitch high and away, 1-1. Our Kansas City and the Minnesota Twins making up. That game at the Metrodome is in the bottom of the 8th inning. It's a 6-6 tie. There's a pop-up off the bat of Rodriguez. Foul between home and first. In comes Ron Jackson. He's lost his cap, but he grabs the ball for the first out. Baines holds at second base.
On Monday, September the 19th, there will be the last family bargain night at Comiskey Park this season. The White Sox will play the Minnesota Twins, and all $7, $5, $4, and $3 tickets will be half price. Available at Comiskey Park or call Ticketmaster 559-1212. Use your charge card.
Scott Fletcher has a hit in 4 efforts. Right-handed batter, and the first pitch from the lefty Hassler is a strike. They're in the second out at the Kingdome, Texas, with a first inning George Wright home run leads the Mariners 1-0. And Smithson against Moore. Smithson started rather than the scheduled starter Darwin. Hassler catches the inside corner with a breaking ball. 2 strikes the count on Fletcher. Baines at second, 1 out, 8th inning, 11-0 White Sox. Dibzinski is on deck. Defense straight away and back. Pitch on the way, sinker low and away. That time, interestingly enough, with a right-handed hitter up, Hassler went sidearm.
Did that airplane flying around between our ears ever land?
There's a ground ball to short right at Schofield. Runner going to third. Baines, the throw to third, and the tag by Adams in time to cut down Baines for the second out. Fletcher safe on the fielder's choice.
4-2, 5-1-6.
That'll bring up Jerry Dibzinski.
The daily minutes tonight is 36,650.
Dibzinski is first at bat here in the 8th with the White Sox up by 11.
Over the 1,800,000 mark.
Here's a change inside, ball 1. Dibzinski hitting .232 with a home run and 29 RBIs. He certainly has been a valuable player on this 83 club. Low 2-0. Well, the total in the house tonight, and it's a straight A night, good to see so many students here, is over 42,000. Soft pop-up, back a second. Going back, Lebradich, and the Angels' second baseman grabs it for the third out. A leadoff double by Baines, but the Sox fail to score. No runs, 1 in, no errors, and 1 runner left. And we go to the 9th. The White Sox 11, the California Angels no score.
The White Sox, WMAQ.
Right now, Zenith has the only color TV you can talk to. It's Zenith's remarkable new Advanced System 3 Smart Set color TV with remote control space phone. It's like having a built-in extension phone. You can place and receive calls, even redial numbers automatically without missing a moment of TV enjoyment. Stop in at your Zenith dealer, see the variety of styles and features of Zenith's Advanced System 3 color TVs with space phone remote control. Not only can you see the world, now you can talk to anyone in the world. See the Smart Set by Zenith, where the quality goes in before the name goes on.
It's the top of the 9th. White Sox with an 11-0 lead. Britt Burns, the young southpaw, trying to up his lifetime record against the Angels to 6-2. Mike O'Barry will be lifted for the pinch hitter. O'Barry going 0 for 2, and Brian Downing will lead off the 9th pinch hitting for the Angels. Then Gary Pettis scheduled, and Rod Carew. 1,825,442 have watched the amazing White Sox here at Comiskey Park this season. The 2 million mark is not too far in the distance now. Downing, a .244 hitter, bats right, takes a pitch high, ball 1. Gate attendance tonight, 36,650 with the straight A students, 42,516. Fastball strike, 1-1. Biggest crowd of the year was that Yankee crowd, the 30th of July, over 46,000. Out of play. Foul back, 1-2. Tomorrow night, Floyd, Bannister, and Jeffson. 7:35 game time. We'll have it for you here in the Sox Radio Network at 7:08. Here's a shot down the line at third, backhanded Rodriguez. He comes up throwing in time. What a play. Boy, two masterpieces early on the other side by Doug DeCinces. And the man with the black glove, Aurelio Rodriguez, takes a hit away from pinch hitter Brian Downey. 1 out in the ninth.
Well, if you're getting close to Rodriguez, you're going to be out of there. He can really pick it.
The Angels have had only 2 base runners all night. Here's Gary Pettis. 0 for 6 this year in the big leagues. He punches a bounder right side. Fletcher there takes the hopper, fires to Squires, 2 down. Mike Brown, the only Angel hit, a single to right center with 2 outs in the 7th. The only other base runner, Ron Jackson, who led off the 8th with a walk and did not advance past first. Well, this broadcast has been brought to you under rights granted by the Chicago White Sox solely for the entertainment of the audience. Any retransmission of the descriptions and accounts of this game without the express written consent of the Chicago White Sox is prohibited. And you might imagine, Burns facing Carew for the final out, and Rod takes low and inside, ball 1.
Wouldn't this be exciting if they didn't have that 1 hit already and Rod Carew comes up here? Boy, what a tough decision.
Carew loops a foul down the left field line. 1 ball, 1 strike.
It would be on the catcher of which pitch to throw.
Well, that 2-out, 7th inning single by Mike Brown, taking the drama out of this game, but not the excitement. Burns.
Trying for his 3rd shutout of the year. And his 4th ball is low. 2-1 at the count on Rod Carew. What pitch would you go, though? The fastball has been his best pitch tonight. The 4th ball is looking good for him. If you go with a fastball, give the hitter a pitch to break up the no-hitter. There's a foul out of play, 2-2.
He's been dreaming about it all night.
If Burns can get Carew, this will be the second 1-hitter the Sox have had this year. Richard Dodson 1-hit the Orioles at Memorial Stadium on the 18th of May. And another 1-hitter, so this would be the 3rd. Breaking ball outside. Check it, the only other 1-hitter was Richard Dodson, so Burns trying for this brilliant finish here. He's 3-2 on Carew with nobody on, 2 outs in the ninth. Ground ball, slug to Fletcher, the second baseman, the throw in time, and it's over. Before over 42,000, Britt Burns throws a 1-hit shutout. And the Sox swamp the Angels 11-0.
And the magic number is now down to 8 as the Sox have won 5 in a row and 11 in a row at home. A 1-2-3 Angel story in the ninth will return
with a wrap-up of tonight's exciting White Sox victory right after this.
Glow the light for the winners. Glow the light for the winners. You pour it on. Now your golden light. You're going for that ring. Who takes the taste of Michelob Light?
Pour yourself a cold Michelob Light. Fresh and clear, that is. Move so double, do as you like. With one coat, you'll know why. With Michelob Light. Anheuser-Busch, St. Louis, Missouri.
Painting a wall takes a lot of brush strokes, and a roller isn't much faster or cleaner. Some are all suggesting new group, the Wagner Heavy Duty Power Painter from True Value Hardware Stores. This 10-piece airless paint sprayer will cut big and difficult jobs down to size, making fast work of painting the house, garage, and fence. Plus, the Power Painter is ideal for intricate work like louvered doors, shutters, and wicker furniture. You'll find the Wagner 10-piece heavy-duty Power Painter available at participating True Value hardware stores and home centers.
An amazing night again at Comiskey Park. The Sox swamped the Angels. Britt Burns, whose best outing in his career was last August against the Yankees. That was in the '82 season when he threw a two-hitter. Betters it tonight with a one-hitter against the Angels.
And the White Sox can do no wrong. What a pitching performance tonight by Burns, Early. Oh, Kenny, it was just fantastic. Better than the game he pitched in New York. I got excited when we were talking about the one-hitter.
We were talking about the 1-0 game, and I threw three fingers at you. I should have got one of them in your rear instead of in front of you. And he just pitched a magnificent game tonight, and I don't think Britt Burns ever had better stuff or better control than he had tonight. Walking only one hit, and all the story. He went through there with the 9 strikeouts. I kept hoping he could pull off number 10 and break his own high for the year. It was just a great ball game all the way around. The fans were quite exuberant, I thought, all the way through.
Well, it was just a pleasant night at the ballpark, and the next two figure to be even as exciting. Angels, no runs to hit, 5 errors. They leave 2. The White Sox, 11 runs, 17 hits, no errors. They leave 10. Britt Burns, 9-9. His 3rd shutout of the year, his 5th complete game. The losing pitcher, Tommy John, he is 10-12. Once again, the final score, the White Sox 11, the Angels nothing. Stay tuned now for our post-game
coverage of tonight's game on the White Sox Radio Network.